Hey y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy pre-Thanksgiving. If y'all are watching this live, welcome to another Thursday of Ooh Ladies First Panel. Your faves are back. And I'm super excited to talk to y'all. Y'all already know where to follow us. Ooh Ladies First. Email us at oohladiesfirstpanel@gmail.com. You can follow the three of us, Jamie, that's me, Bounty Blue, and myself, Necey Dixon. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey
Hey
y'all.
y'all, what's the going? Happy
One.
Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Colonizer Day.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh. I can't.
I stay
this
woke.
is the truth. One thing we're gonna do in America is rearrange the holidays, ain't it?
We
Okay.
will.
A day.
Change to mean something else. Hey, Valentine's Day.
Oh.
What
Oh.
did they do? What was Valentine's Day initially?
It was
Die.
like a martyr day, like where a lot of people were like getting clapped and killing.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
hmm
Why?
I don't know why.
I think it might have
I
been
can't
like
recall
mob
why.
related, honestly.
You said what related, Blondie?
Been mob related.
Was it mob related?
I was thinking
I gotta
back
look
in
up
like
that
the
history.
Roman times.
Nah, this shit don't be as old as you think it is.
Yeah,
Mm,
Hold up.
it
Valid.
seemed like it, but yeah, it don't be that old, child.
damn shame. So, how
Yeah.
y'all
Christian
feeling?
Christian martyrs that they have taken it.
Also
Yeah.
Saint Valentine's Day, Feast of Saint Valentine. Yes, in honor of one or two early Christian martyrs named Saint Valentine, and through later folk traditions has become a significant cultural and religious and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. But I do feel like there was a whole bunch of Italian people killed on this same day. It was a massacre.
Mm. You probably right. You
Did that
sure?
Hmm.
they call it the Saint Valentine's Day massacre? Something like that. Child, anyway, y'all
Yeah,
know.
that's how I heard it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Chicago North Side. Yeah, murder of 7 members and associate Chicago's North Side gang. Yeah, okay.
Not
Mm.
really. I hear echo. I don't know why.
Yeah, I hear a slight echo.
I'm a mute. I don't know if it's me or not, y'all.
Yes, I'm cooking. I'm cooking seafood, cornbread dressing, macaroni and cheese, and yams. Lyric is cooking.
Seafood. So you cooking seafood dressing?
Yeah.
Damn, we left out the yams.
Yeah. Ooh,
I was
Jamie, you gotta
not
run
going back
it
to the
back.
store, y'all. I was not going back to the store today. I said, I said, I'm not getting out there with them people.
I went there yesterday because I was like, I'm not going out there tomorrow. So it was like if I didn't get it yesterday, it wasn't getting got. And Lyric is
Mm.
doing turkey breast, so I had to get the stuff for his brine. So I was just like, oh, okay. I hope I got everything I needed, and I did. So I prepared everything today. I peeled in back my shrimp and cut my shrimp up. I made my cornbread,
That
just
sounds so good.
You know, I want to know about the people that's not having traditional Thanksgiving because a lot of, I don't know if it's for Christmas or Thanksgiving where people don't want the same old collard greens and stuff. So they may do like a seafood
Uh,
broil or something like that. So I'm just wondering, y'all let me know in the chat if y'all are not having like a traditional
my
Thanksgiving.
mama. My
my
mama
mama try to do that.
rice aroni because she know that's what
Which
she love.
Oh, she doing right. Okay. What else she making?
She making gumbo. I think she's doing turkey
Mm.
hmm,
yams and some potato salad and some
that's
green.
traditional, ain't it?
The rice
That's
aroni,
traditional.
Not gumbo.
gumbo is for us.
Oh, yeah. Well,
What
yeah.
is rice
Well,
aroni?
The San Francisco treat. It's a it's a box rice, but it's so hard to cook properly.
it
My
is.
mom is like a specialist at making rice aroni. I can cook gumbo and all kind of shit from scratch, y'all. Like literally with flour. Okay, but
Hmm.
my mom makes the damn rice aroni. She can't cook none of this, she gets her gumbo made and she can cook it herself for the most part, but we all know who makes the best gumbo around here. That's me.
Mm.
But I ain't making none right now. I made some like a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, the rice aroni, girl, it's a box rice and it's very like hard to get the consistency right because it's like right between being hard and mushy. It's a very fine
So it's
line.
like rice and pasta.
Not pasta, really more long grain rice. Think long grain rice, but it's flavorful, right?
Yeah, it kind of come with its own seasoning.
Yeah, like
Huh.
chicken or beef, and she knows like whenever she would make baked chicken, rice aroni, and like cream corn. that's a specialty for her, that meal right there. So she now has incorporated the rice aroni because nobody makes it as good as her. Like me and my sister have tried and failed.
Y'all actually are answering the first question I was gonna ask, which is you naming it. I wanted to know. I mean, now that we kind of know what we eating, what's y'all's give me y'all's top 2 to 3. Like, what's gonna go on your Thanksgiving plate for sure, and what are you not eating from everybody's house? Like for me, it's the greens, the yams, the mac and cheese. Like it's not even like the ham or the turkey that like I'm there for. I'm showing up for the greens, the yams, and the mac and cheese all on one plate. And I gotta know who was cooking. Like if somebody else volunteered to cook it, I'm like, nah, I don't even want the shit no more. So that's my top 3. So what's y'all's for Thanksgiving?
I would say greens, possibly. I mean, if yams are there, I'm definitely coming for the yams or like potato salad. And
Hmm,
I want to say dressing because I like my mama's dressing, but that's one thing that I do not take from everybody. Everybody has different
I
ways
agree.
how they make their dressing, and I just can't. I can't do it.
Same. For me, it's gonna be the turkey, the mac and cheese, and the dressing.
Mm,
And because
Hmm.
like Lyric does a brine on his turkeys all the time, like the turkey breast, he does like a long, like it's the best shit ever. Like Lyric makes the best turkey. So that's what I really be looking forward to. And plus everything I cook, I know I'm gonna look forward to because I don't really play about my food when it comes to
right.
big meals. Like I've tried different things over the years, but like now I'm like solidified in how I make shit. So I really prefer my shit. But one thing that I'll say, like I can't eat everybody's like gumbo. And I'm gonna enjoy eating my mom's when she guilts me into coming over there tomorrow, even though I don't want to. I want to stay in my house, y'all. I wish she would bring her ass over here, but she wants to have like a family, people I'm like, I don't feel like it. Like, especially because whenever I ask you to come over here, your ass don't be wanting to come over here, but then you want me to come over there to your fucking girl. Listen, I'm sorry. Anyway.
Oh,
No,
I
that's
got to
what
see
parents
it.
be
That done
like.
triggered a question for me.
But
What's Oh, go ahead.
what I don't eat though at
Mm-hmm.
all, I'm not a potato salad person. I'm sorry. And my mom makes
Um,
the best potato salad. Like everybody in our family love her potato salad. Can't do it,
You don't
honey.
like potato salad?
I don't like it.
Damn,
Why?
that's
Because
what
it's
I asked
cold.
for my birthday.
I just don't like it. I don't know. It's just like what is this? Like what is this? I'm good.
Oh,
I
I
don't
love potato
Mm,
salad. Potato
yeah, me
salad and
too.
baked beans.
Oh,
Oh, my
together?
goodness.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
When it was my birthday a couple weeks ago, my mom and daddy said, "What you want to eat?" I said, "Make me some catfish, some baked beans, and some potato salad, and it will be good." It
Period.
was great.
Period. Question: What is so, Bondi? You don't want to go to your mama house, and Necey, you may have people house that you may or may not want to go to on the holidays. What is y'all time cap for how long y'all gonna be at their house?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay,
Oh,
that's nice.
well, 2 hours. Are you speaking about family, Bundy?
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere else.
Oh shit,
Okay,
I said 2 hours because I know I got to do more than two. Um, 4
4
only
hours.
because I could split the day. If it's
Okay.
family, if it's like close family, I could do 4. That's being we gonna go to 2 places in one day. If I'm going to like my auntie house, my cousin house, such and such, sit down, give everybody a hug, talk for 20 minutes, get a plate, next house.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
for
how it
sure, for
is.
sure. I was thinking like an hour, but if it's like family house, like my grandma house, I would say like 2 hours or so. Things are different, and that's what I don't like about the holidays sometimes, y'all. Because of course my grandmother is getting older. My granddad, her husband passed away, I believe like 2 years ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago. And we used to be able to be up in that mud playing spades, and we would be at my grandma's house all night. And it just hits different because she's much older, and it's just not how it was. So I mean, I probably
Um,
wouldn't be over there. Like, when you younger, it's like I'll be over here about 8 hours and they'd be come on.
yeah.
Who next? Who else gonna get spanked? But now it's really like, yeah, 2 hours. Probably be over about
Mm.
2 hours.
And that's
My
only
son
because it's
get
my
out.
mama, yo. That's only because it's my mama. Like anybody else, maybe an hour. I literally be like, all right, hey, how y'all doing? Sit down for a minute. Talk. Looking at Lyric like, hey, whenever you ready. It's
Yeah.
just because I
See,
like to be at my house. Like I want to be comfortable. Like I don't want to have to feel like I need to be getting up to leave in a moment. I just I want to have everything that I have in my house at my disposal. And also I
Yeah.
don't feel like I love y'all for real family members. But y'all act weird. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have mad weird energy sometimes. And
Hollering.
I don't know if I feel like dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real
See,
coon.
Yeah.
cocoon. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it'll change once my house becomes a Thanksgiving destination.
Mhm.
But I have not graduated to the point to where I'm responsible for making food on Thanksgiving. My mama had me come over today and was like, "You need to watch me make da 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 da." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So you want
Mhm.
me to start cooking next year? Oh my gosh. And the other reason why, because I know somebody gonna be like, "Necey, you young." Okay, that's not why I haven't graduated to cooking full Thanksgiving meals. It's also because if you take into the account of y'all know my sibling dynamic. I got two older siblings, and they're way older than me. So they do all the stuff for a long ass time, and we kind of just show up. Me and my younger sister, like, okay, what y'all need? I can make a dessert. What do y'all need? So I guess next year we're gonna get my mama a break
Yeah.
if she sit back and let everybody do it. But that's probably why I can say like 4 hours because I don't have nothing to go home to unless I pack a plate.
Yeah. I gotcha.
But yeah. Okay. Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know what y'all about to eat and let me know how weird y'all family members acting. Because I want to know the tea. I'll be talking to y'all about my friends on here. So I want to know what's going on. But speaking of friends, y'all, I was on Twitter.
Mhm.
Do y'all or X? Do y'all call it Twitter or X?
It's still Twitter.
Twitter.
Absolutely.
Fuck out of
We
here.
not. Mm-mm.
For sure.
So I was on Twitter and everybody was talking about like having your friends, significant others in your close friends list. Have y'all heard that big old uproar about that?
No, your friend's significant other.
Yes, like I got on Twitter,
Interesting.
the entire timeline was talking about a girl wearing another girl's boyfriend's hoodie and how you shouldn't have your friends, partners in your close friends list. So then I started doing my detective work, like, what the fuck are they talking about? And apparently it was two girls on TikTok arguing. So I have the two TikToks. I'm gonna play the first girl's video and then we're gonna play the response video. And then I want to have a discussion. I have not watched the videos all the way through because I wanted to like save my opinion for when we all watch it together.
Uh-huh.
So here we go.
Get
Okay.
ready with me while I talk about the ridiculous things that this girl that claimed to be a girl's girl has done to me. For context, I've never ever in my life had to cut out a person cold turkey, and I've never had to go through a friendship breakup because genuinely I feel like I only open up to the people that deserve my time and I end up loving them for a lifetime, hopefully. But this girl was just an exception. I am going to try my best to talk through all of this without freaking raging. The first one is not that bad, I guess, compared to the other things that she's done, but the day that she met my boyfriend, or like a couple days into it, she added him to her close friend story and just started posting the random TMIs on her stories, like a attention trap. Not even a thirst trap, it's like attention trap. And this was before my boyfriend and I started dating, but like everyone knew that we were into each other. This one kind of goes with the first one. She borrowed my boyfriend's hoodie when we were all over at his house because she was cold. And then she took the hoodie home, which is fine, girl. Like, be warm, stay warm, don't get cold. But she continues to wear that
Nah,
hoodie
drop
for
that
the
hoodie
next
off.
2 weeks and posts all about it on social media. A picture of her in his hoodie. Which is, again, I can let it pass, whatever. Starts to randomly show her love for the brand that my boyfriend likes. Never heard this girl brag about how much she likes this brand before. Never. Until she met my boyfriend. Spending hours getting ready to see him, calling up my other friend and telling her that she thinks he's cute and that she could see herself getting along with him while we were already dating. Getting him the sandwich that he mentioned he likes and then volunteering to wake up early so that she can hand the sandwich to him so that he can take it to work. I'm kind of surprised right now because now that I'm talking about this, months after it actually happened, I find this hilarious. I'm not even raging anymore. I just think it's kind of funny how hard this girl is trying. Honestly, I don't blame you, girl. My boyfriend is cute. Just hope you can find a new man to buy sandwiches for every morning. Goodbye, and I wish you the best.
Okay, so that was girl number one. She ghosted and blocked her friend, and apparently her friend didn't know. She was like confused as to why. So I have part two. It's a 2-minute, a 3-minute clip where the girl wearing a hoodie responds. So let's jump into that one.
Let me just clear up some misconceptions that people are having online about me. So I don't know if you saw the video yet, but there is a video about a girl talking about why she ghosted a friend and the reasons behind that. And I am that friend that's been ghosted. And it's just so baffling to me that I had to find out this way when I have reached out so many times, desperately asking you what was wrong. The points that were made in this video, 3 points that I remember. Close friends, let's start with that. She's saying that I was trying to get at her boyfriend, whatever, because I added him on my close friends. First of all, close friends don't mean a lot to me. And it was not only him that I added, it was everyone that I met that night. We met at a club together on my birthday, and she whispered to me thinking that there was a guy over there that she thought was cute. As her best friend, I'm gonna play Cupid. I went to him and I was like, hey, my friend thinks you're cute. You guys should chat it up. They chatted it up. Ended up going well, so we went back to his apartment with him and his friends and me and my friends. So we all kind of became like just comfortable with each other. And obviously if I'm comfortable with you, I'm just gonna add you to my close friends. It's really not a big deal. The attention traps, I don't know what she was referring to, because if it was attention traps, like why would she also be on the close friends? If I just wanted that to be an attention trap, I would only add guys I'm trying to get at. I don't know, but I post thirst trap on my public story so that everyone can see that. The hoodie. I'm just notorious for not giving back hoodies, and I am sorry. I just took longer to give this one back because it was really cute. It's not because it was his hoodie and like I wanted to keep it longer and like I just wanted to feel cozy up in his hoodie. It was literally because it was cute. The sandwich is like the most iconic part of this story. You and I both know, babes, that sandwich was an expression of my gratitude for mounting my TV. Oh, and at this time, like, we were living together too, me and this girl. We were living together. We were roommates. So they were together. Us three were together in my room mounting the TV and, like, making jokes and making fun. And then, like, I really wanted my TV mounted, and he did it. So I was like, oh, my God, like, I'm so thankful. Let me show my gratitude in some way other than just being like, thank you. So I picked up a sandwich after work at a bakery that's right next to my work. And I put it in the fridge, and I was like, okay, perfect. We have a sandwich secured for you. Come pick it up before work tomorrow so you can eat it before it spoils. Because why the fuck would I get you a sandwich and have it spoil, you know? She came with him to pick it up. I handed her the sandwich. If I really cared about, like, me getting him the sandwich because it was, like, for him, I would have wanted to hand it to him. But I didn't care. It was just a form of expression. I would have done this for anyone else. It doesn't matter that it was him. Left the friendship with the other girl together and villainized me. And now 1 year later, you come on TikTok to talk about it is so low. And why am I blocked? I literally saw the video. I commented and I said, let's not leave out details. Why'd you delete the comment? I'm sick of staying quiet. I'm sick of having to hear from other people. I heard this about you from her. I respected that you had your own perspective on things, but now that I know this is the reason, I'm so glad that you're not in my life anymore.
Okay. So it be killing me how social media can band together and make a big topic about something that seems so small. But I'm gonna ask y'all. You said what, Jamie?
No, I was laughing.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ask y'all, let's start here.
Mhm.
How do y'all feel about her adding her friend's boyfriend to her close friends list?
I didn't think that was necessary. Yeah, because that was her boyfriend at the time, right? So why would you
I think she said they were just dating at first, but she The second girl claims that she was playing wingman. The first girl claims they were like basically talking. She knew that was her man and added them. The second girl says she added the boyfriend and everybody else they met the same night to her close friends list, not just the boyfriend.
I don't think she should have added them. I don't think she should have added them. I think she could have just left it as is, you know. If you know your friend and you know how your friend may be, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to dating somebody or whatever and how they view close friends or whatever, I think she could have just left him out. She didn't have to add him in.
This got me thinking about my own friend. I'm about to put something in the private chat.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say I feel like both of these hoes tripping.
Mm.
First of all, the first one, you paying too close attention to this other girl. Like you following her post that much to know that her posts are like thirst trappy. Like maybe I follow too many people. I'm, because I'm actually social media for a business. I don't be paying attention to people's stories like that. Like even people I'm close to on social media, like I might see your stuff every now and again, but I'm not paying attention enough to know that you posting like constant thirst traps like that and your close friends. Like it's just not that deep. So to me, on one level, I feel like the first girl, you're making a mountain out of a molehill because you want somebody to be jealous of you so bad. Like, because I can't believe my boyfriend's cute. Girl, he wasn't even your man at the time. Apparently, from what you said, y'all wasn't even together and you was already tripping out over a fucking sweatshirt. The second girl, I do feel like there's a tad bit of extra, like make a nigga a sandwich because he put or buy a nigga a sandwich because he put your TV up. Nah, cash up him $40 and go on about your way. Like extra of that made me feel like, nah, sis, you was definitely trying to see if you could pull dude, but you wasn't giving it your best Mac. But I feel like you was still trying to do something with that situation.
She was.
Both of them
I
side.
think so.
It was giving all cap with her story. I was like, okay, she not making no sense. Yeah, she's not. She sounded like she was full of shit. Cap.
I think by her adding, okay, so initially I was like, it's not a big deal to me. Like adding the close friend. That's initially what I thought because I'm thinking about how I use close friends and how a lot of people I know use close friends. But apparently on Twitter, it was like general consensus that everybody used close friends to post like naked pictures and have naked pictures. I was like, I didn't know that. Did y'all know that?
That's what I thought.
I'm learning now.
And
that's what you.
Yeah, I thought it was like either your sneaky link shit or some some freaky shit that you're doing. You only want like certain people to see. You don't want everybody to see.
That's funny as fuck to me because I think it's just funny as fuck to me. And I'm like, is this a me thing? Because like the type of stuff I post to my close friends are simply like, I don't know, maybe stuff I don't want to post to my actual profile, or like maybe I have like an opinion that I want to share and I would literally say this to my friends in real life, but I don't want to necessarily say it to everybody, or even just a repost where like I'm feeling some type of way, but I don't want people to, I don't know. I just post like regular shit in my close friends. I would never post nothing in close friends that I like would actually want to be secretive. I would put that like in a group chat. So I was just shocked to hear that people post thirst traps there. But what I think was going on with these two girls is I feel like they leaving out part of the story where probably both of them was trying to talk to that dude when they first met him. And by the girl keeping the hoodie on and doing all that extra, I think she was still low key like on the go. She was low key on the prowl trying to see like if he was really committed to her friend.
Yeah.
And if not, like, all bets are off. I don't think that the girl is a girl's girl is what everybody was saying. I think they both wanted the boy. I ain't seen what he looked like. Everybody keep asking me, have I seen him? I haven't.
Yeah, drop it in the chat. I want to see what he looked like too. But yeah, Miss Ma'am was definitely capping. For sure. I don't see the big deal about close friends though. I don't know, because I saw a post. Y'all know Justin LA or Justin Boy LA, Justin LA Boy or whatever. I think he had posted something where it was like, oh, everybody can see who's in your close friends now. Because now they got it
Oh,
to
they can.
where that's what they say, but they can't. Like now they got you could post now, right?
Your
I think you
close
told me
friends can
that.
see each other,
Right when they
but
like a photo.
yeah,
And I had a friend hit me up about that, and she was like, I don't like that. She was like, I don't want people to see who in my close friends. And I'm like, but why? Like, it's really not that deep. So that lets me know you got some other shit going on. You got some other shit going on.
like what you be doing in close friends.
Right.
Look at me trying to figure out who I put in that list.
I have like, I think I had 45 people in there, and then just recently I added like 10 more or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But before I never ever used the close friends. Now I just, yeah, y'all in there.
Yeah.
I'll be posting naked pictures, so whatever.
Right. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I ain't really tripping off of who know. It might, I mean, my close friends may not necessarily be close friends. It might just be people that I actually know versus people that I don't
So
damn know. I
that's
don't want them to get that
That's what it
true.
is.
So
what it is. Because I'm looking at my list. I'm like, these are people I actually know.
no, yeah.
Like versus like just people online.
Yeah.
I think there
I
needs
love
to
the
be
feature.
levels to it. I think we need multiple lists. We need like close friends, best friends.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like something.
But do we need best friends when we know we could just DM them, like DM them or just text them? We got our own group chat.
I feel like that's not as fun though. It is. Did y'all see I saw you were on it, Jamie. The new app called, well, I don't know how new it is. It's new to me. Laps. Have y'all heard of that?
I haven't.
I think I have because my best friend sent it to me and I just downloaded it and I was like, girl, what the fuck? I haven't even used this. I don't know what to do with it.
I love it so much.
What
So
is-
basically what they do, and this roll into our next topic, this is like literally perfect. So what it does is kind of like, think about a social scrapbooking website, kind of like MySpace, but not MySpace, more of like a modern Instagram where like, you have to be friends with someone to like see their profile. And you really lose the ability to influence because you're literally just friends with your friends. And you're
Mm.
supposed to be posting stuff in real time, but what makes this app different is that instead of posting shit to be cute, editing and all that, you can't upload pictures from outside the app. You take pictures inside the app and it uploads as like a disposable film camera, and you can't see the pictures you took until random periods throughout the day. So what it does is like forces you to live in the moment. So if you out with your friends, you take a bunch of pictures on laps, you go on about your business, and then you'll get a notification and it says like, hey, your pictures have developed. You go, you decide what
Oh,
pictures
that's
you want to archive,
cool.
what pictures you want to share. And then like people who are actually your friends can see life from like your point of view. Back to like, when people will post every fucking thing that was going on Instagram, cooking, just reading on the phone. That's what it's like. I love it.
Cool.
Okay, I'm
That's why she sent it to me. She just sent me this link and I'm like, what's this? I join it. I get on there, scroll. I'm like, girl, what the fuck is it? And I just put it down. Like, girl, I don't know. Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask her if she's like actively like really used it. So
It's
I don't
kind of
know.
hard right now because enough people aren't on it. It's invites only. I don't know why people do that. You just send a link, but it's cute. So basically, I said this rolls into our next topic.
Mhm.
I was on TikTok, like I always be on TikTok, and I saw a video of this girl, and she thought that her dad was in her live, but it wasn't her dad. It was somebody who was impersonating her dad.
Wow.
So I want y'all to watch the video. Watch the screen because you'll see what we're seeing is the point of view of the person who is pretending to be somebody she knows. And then I have a follow-up question for y'all after. So here you go.
Okay.
Thing to ever hear about is
So they go to her Facebook, find her daddy, take her daddy's Facebook picture, hop back on TikTok,
and
and then on her live.
she's super don't know. She's super into. She's an associate broker, real estate firm, and we actually work on some houses on occasion, just for her builder friend. I'll help give her advice on some stuff. You keep sitting in airplanes. Miss you too. So that's I don't know what his name, why his name is that, but my dad just commented. Unless somebody's pretending to be my dad, but I don't think so. Granted, he'd give me a bunch of like, hey, if this is really you, what's my nickname?
So they go creeping on Facebook, find her nickname, hop back on her live.
Anybody doing anything fun? Sorry, I'm putting groceries away.
That's creepy as fuck.
Adios. Adios, Morgan Wallen Jr. Thanks for the follow, y'all. You guys are so sweet. Having fun. Good night. You're gonna go to sleep? Well, hope you get some rest. Okay. Hey. Then now the nickname comes out. All right. Hi, Dad. Thank you. You guys are sweet. You guys better behave if my dad's on. You guys better be nice. You should always behave. You should especially behave if my dad's on. He'll come beat you up. Or I will. Just saying.
Okay. So the shit weird as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so weird, and it made my skin like crawl. And y'all also know this week, so I was on Twitter. It's another YouTuber, Kenneth Senegal. He like got popular off of posting all the story times, the real popular, like, oh, the time I messed with a guy that was DL, da, 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 like all that stuff, makeup. And I was on Twitter. Somebody basically stole his voice from YouTube and was able to create AI audio of him saying stuff that he did not say. So all that in line with like weird shit like this on TikTok, where, you know, you just casually talking. Y'all know we be up here casually talking.
Yeah.
And if somebody really wanted to hustle and bustle and try to figure everything out, they could, and then hop and pretend. It's just too much. So number one, what do y'all think about the social media kind of like with that Lapse app? It kind of feels like social media is driving back to privacy versus influencers. Like when you get on social media, it's no like in between. Like it kind of feels like you either have to be an influencer and share everything strategically, or you go back to completely private. So what are y'all's thoughts on that? And then my other question is, I've noticed a bunch of people who are having babies, like for example, Nicki Minaj, and they don't reveal the name of their child like at all to social media. What do y'all think about that and the links that people have to go to like keep things private?
Your first question about Lapse, from what was it, from social media going back to a private space?
What do you think about that?
I don't mind it, because I feel like I have been complaining on my story anyway, because I be getting a lot of people that follow me and they don't be having like no profile picture, you know what I'm saying, no followers or nothing like that. And I'm like, girl, they're gonna make me go through my list and start like blocking some of y'all. Like, I don't know you like that for, you know what I'm saying? But one of my patrons hit me up and was like, please don't, because I'm one of those people. And I was like, oh, like, you're right. I mean, it's probably some real people behind here or whatever, but that's not bad. But I like the whole, like, go back to the privacy thing. That's why I love the fact that Instagram has created that close friends, because I can share what I want with whoever I want. But when you was talking about that talking about that AI situation where somebody took somebody's voice, they just did that to Cardi B. And Cardi B said, yep. She was like, y'all just dropped another lawsuit in my lap. And I said, I would love to see how this go, so more people can see how it flows. Because what I've been hearing is that some YouTubers have been talking about how their voices and stuff have been taken and put on other channels and stuff like that. And then I think that their channels may have gotten flagged or whatever, like their actual channels got flagged while somebody else is out here abusing their content. So that's going to be interesting in the YouTube world and how that's going to affect us like later on when it comes to like that whole AI thing. But they need to get a grip on that because that's very dangerous. And as far as baby stuff, I don't know. I'm debating on whether I even want to show my kid's face. His daddy is all excited and all of that. And I'm just like, no, you need to have a conversation with me before we do any of that, you know, and his name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready. It doesn't mean that I won't do it, you know, because, you know, you say something now and then when you get your baby, it's like, oh, I just said it. So we'll see. It's probably definitely going to be on Close Friends, but it's probably not going to be out there to everybody else. I don't see anything wrong with people maintaining the privacy. And when I think about Beyonce, I think a while ago, we never really understood her method of the madness, to why Blue Ivy's hair looked like that, to her withholding like the identity of the twins and stuff. And then now, fast forward, it all makes sense. Blue Ivy got more hair than a lot of the people that was talking about her. And then we just not seeing the twins and stuff when she wants us to see who the hell they are. So I don't blame people for having some type of privacy because folks is crazy as hell.
I agree. Personally, I take more of the approach of if I can't post it to everybody, then I don't post it at all. Like I take that approach. I'm in a space of feeling like I can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, there are people I do trust. But essentially, you just never fucking know with people. Especially when you are in a position of being somewhat in a public eye. As you can see, people love to make content out of any old body these days. Okay, I'm any old body, motherfuckers is making content out of me. So I can only imagine what somebody that's actually close to me would do if they felt like they wanted to do some shit like that. So yeah, I definitely am more so if I can't share it with everybody that I don't share it, but I do have my close friends as people that I actually know in real life that, you know, I might be more inclined to share pictures of my husband or my family with people that I actually know. And that's more so from the standpoint of being protective of them than it is being protective of me. As far as the AI thing is concerned, I'm glad that I could tell that that was not Cardi's voice. At first it sounded like her, but eventually I could hear that it wasn't her. And I was like, good. That means that y'all aren't that good at getting people's really deep accents. If they have a deep accent, they can't really like duplicate it. And I'm like,
well, shit, Bondi. What about the rest of us?
I don't know about
I
y'all.
feel like get them time. I think get them time. They gonna maximize on that.
We should get a handle on this in that time frame.
Please.
But I am happy that I have an accent that's not easily duplicated because it just makes me feel like y'all could try, but good luck on really like being able to duplicate my voice because y'all couldn't really duplicate Cardi's voice as much as y'all thought y'all could. Like I could tell it wasn't her. And it just reminds me of how, remember when the meta shit first happened and they was like really trying to make it seem like, you know, virtual property was going to be a thing and all of that. And I remember like, this is just a repeat to that shit that was happening at the end of the 90s, early 2000s, when computers were really like starting to like jump ahead and people really were in this mindset of thinking that virtual reality was going to be this big thing. And I'm like, virtual reality is cool, but people still want to be in the fucking world. Like people still want to be like in the world for the most part. Even if you on your phone in the world, you want to be in the world and then be able to be on your phone versus just having something on your face and being inside a dark room inside your fucking house. Like that's just
right. They ain't seen Black Mirror.
Yeah. So I feel like when these technology things happen, you know, and it's cutting edge and all of that, people want so badly for this thing, you know, for it to happen. And sometimes it just doesn't pop off the way they think it will. You know what I'm saying? So with the AI thing, I'm hoping that this will be another situation where it feels like it could go really bad, but ultimately it still may not be as much to worry about as people think because technology is great. And as we've seen, the AI shit is crazy good at copying things, but it still don't look exactly right. Like those AI pictures that people do now.
Yeah, no.
That still don't look like you, bitch. Like we can tell
it's good enough to trick the people who be repost this if you want $1 million next year. It's good enough to trick them.
Right. And I think it's good for like, okay, I love YouTube for those like long ass lo-fi videos where they play like jazz music over like a really pretty scenery that's not real, but you gotta really look at it to see that it's not real, and the leaves is like fading into the background, that type of shit. Like I'm here for the AI for that, helping people create content faster, all of those things. But at the end of the day, like I do feel like there needs to be a cap, because y'all, we've seen all of the movies. Like technology does not need to replace humans in such a way, because then we're just gonna start breaking all of this shit. And I like my job, so can we chill?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it makes
Yeah.
me a little bit anxious. People are weird. It makes me so anxious.
It's so sad.
I made my Instagram private not because of that. Honestly, I made my Instagram private because I had a coworker send me a link to a video and I accidentally tapped it. And you know, like when you do that, that Instagram will automatically start suggesting you to that person. So I
Oh,
was like, oh
wow.
shit. Yeah, I was like, fuck. Like, I shouldn't have tapped it because I don't like literally if I see people I work with on social media, I intentionally block them. But I
Yeah.
couldn't find her ass. So I was like, please do not recommend me to this girl. So I'm private for I don't know how long until like the algorithm resets and then I feel comfortable that it's not suggesting her to me.
Yeah.
And then we good from there. So
You
Yo,
can't
yeah.
restrict her.
I don't even know what her Instagram is. She just sent me a link.
Mm.
So they can time together. She sent me a link to like a video that I tapped. So I don't know. I'm like waiting on the chance that like they suggest her to me before vice versa.
Got
I'm
you.
like,
I got you now. I got
yeah,
you
I
now.
don't know. You know,
all
people
I'm
be real
saying
nosy.
is, when it comes to this damn this AI shit, okay,
Okay. Come on, Jada. We suing.
We suing.
we
Yes.
suing, okay? Walking. We're not playing with you motherfuckers. I'm getting anything I see that seems suspect, taking the fuck down, okay? I'm
Yeah, when I
striking.
saw Cardi post that, I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, I hope somebody do that to me. I
It's gonna
don't,
be a
but
lot
if
of
somebody do
celebs.
that to me,
Mm-hmm.
lawyer up. Lawyer up. But on the flip side of that, it has me wondering if people will start blaming stuff on AI. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
on the flip side, is people gonna use that to scapegoat? Is this gonna be like the new, oh, look at what they tweeted in 2012? Well,
Listen,
I didn't say that. That was AI.
Right.
Tasha done already said look, it was AI. It wasn't me. It was AI.
Good night.
Already, we was on live the other day. That's what she was saying. She was like, that shit was AI. And that had me dying because y'all remember Dave Chappelle when he did the R. Kelly trial shit. He was like, that piss was digital. See, did I even do that? No.
Hilarious. It
Yo,
wasn't me.
before it's time.
I can't. So yeah, I don't know. I need to go on a retreat. This world is getting insane. You said Robin needs to go to rehab, Bonnie. I need to go on a retreat because this is getting beyond me. You're making me anxious. Like, I can't. I can't. Okay. So now we are done with that portion of the show. We are going to get into TV talk. If I could find the TV talk clear, what we do?
Oh.
All right. Bell Collective. We got a couple shows to talk about. But hold on, let me circle back just a little bit. Let me back up just a little bit. The week before Thanksgiving, was it just me, or was all of the shows this past week made for you to fall asleep to?
Yeah, they were. Except for Married to Medicine, that's when they said we're gonna wake you up for the week.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yes,
Everything else, bored. Married to Medicine was like the most entertaining, but like Real Housewives of Potomac, bored. Love and Marriage Huntsville, double bored.
Oh my gosh, Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all.
such
What
a
would I
drag.
do without OMFG reality TV? Because I can't go back and dedicate. I watched the episode and then I'd be like, hold on, didn't nothing happen? Nothing really moved me. Cause I like try to watch the episode and not really think about note taking. I'm the worst, y'all. Literally, I need to get my life together because I will watch a show, take notes, and not post a video for 2 or 3 weeks. But I still be taking notes. Anyway. I'm like, do I want to watch the show and take notes or just watch it for my enjoyment? So I go first round, watch it for enjoyment.
Yes.
And then after that, I'm like, I'm gonna get, if anything really popped, I'm gonna remember and just put like 3 notes instead of like, scripting out the whole show.
Yeah.
And then I did that all this week. I watched all the shows, didn't really take very many notes. And then this morning I was like, what happened? I was like, should I go back and watch all the episodes? Hell no. So I went on OMFG reality TV. And they had the clip. So yeah, Bell Collective, y'all. Not very much happened. If I can recall, we talked about this. Latrice and Letitia meet up because their husbands miss each other. And it don't really even seem like it got to... I wasn't there for the conversation between Letitia and Latrice. I mean, opposite. I wasn't there for the conversation between Glenn and Cliff. I wanted to see Letitia and Latrice actually discuss things. I wanted to see if the energy was going to change. If, Letitia, it's too much, y'all. It's hard for me to, my mind is trying to divert which name is which. I felt like Letitia was trying to make Marie happy by telling Marie that she went off on Latrice and that she held Latrice accountable. So whenever the husbands met up, now that Letitia had, completed her assignment, which was turning up on Latrice to satisfy Marie, was she going to keep that same energy with the husbands? And I don't even feel like we really got to see that because the episode kind of ended there. So Latrice and Letitia, what's y'all's thoughts right there?
I loved when Latrice told Tisha, these hoes don't be on my mind not a second of the day. However she said it. I absolutely love that. I'm trying so hard not to say I can't stand Letitia, and I hate how Marie says her name, Letitia. And now Letitia is starting to say Letitia. It's like, that's not your name. But anyway.
It's an E in there somewhere where it shouldn't be, though.
Okay.
It is. Oh, I thought you were saying it was spelled that way.
It is.
It got like an I, isn't it? I don't know. I think it's the SHI though on the end. I think.
SHIA?
Yeah, SHIA. And that's where I get
that makes sense.
They get the Shia. And it's like, girl, you ain't never
it's
said your
just
name like that before. Like, girl,
Letitia.
I feel like they changed that once Keisha started coming on the show. Then they want to start saying Letitia.
They wasn't calling her Letitia, but it's always been spelled Letitia.
Like Letitia, yeah.
Letitia.
Yeah, because I felt like people was actually calling her Tisha. People wasn't calling her Tisha sometimes. They just calling her Tisha.
It was
That's
given
what Marie be
Letitia on
saying.
Bell Collective, Letitia on Loving Marriage Huntsville, and now Letitia on Married to Medicine. It's giving Letitia.
It's giving Tisha. Thank you. That's definitely what it's giving. Bozo.
They had to be like number one baby name of 1979.
That's not 79. Hollering.
Just saying.
81.
I almost said 81, but I was like, yeah, I don't know.
It's giving 79, 81 between that time.
Somewhere, yeah.
Hilarious. I'm trying to see what all really happened on the episode for me to let me see, Letitia and Latrice.
And then Akeisha and Tambra.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
I was about to say, listen, first of all, the main things for me is how fucked up Letitia is as a person, and also how Marie and Essie want Latrice to be held accountable so bad. Do y'all want to fuck that girl? Because it's just giving a lot of homoerotica over here on Bell Collective. The way, like, Marie is obsessed with Latrice. Like, you've been obsessed with that girl since the very first episode of this show about that damn wig, and it don't even make sense. It's almost like you saw, you want to hunch her, but you can't be gay. So I would rather just kind of like bully you. That way I can get your attention some type of way, because whenever y'all get drunk and loosey-goosey around each other, you want to shake your ass on Latrice. So Look, because before y'all rush to tell me Bondi, everybody not, yeah, but Marie and Essie is given, okay? And also, she up, ma'am. I'm gonna say what my girl Erica De Niro is always saying. How the you gonna sell women's empowerment where when your man is taking you on a date as a beard so he can rub knees with his little boyfriend?
Let's talk about that part.
Right? Both of y'all were played as beards. Them men don't give a fuck about y'all being friends again. They don't care about y'all being cool again. They wanted to meet up and go on a date without people thinking they was gay, so they invited y'all.
That's what it's giving for sure.
You know, no, go ahead, Jamie.
I don't really have a whole lot to say because that's how boring the fucking episode was. I'm over Essie and Marie trying to get Essie to do her dirty work of bringing up BS on this girl. I really think what it is that they are jealous that Latrice is younger than them and about just as successful as they are. And because of that is the reason why I feel like they need to have another fucking Belle on this show that is around Latrice's age. Because I can't take it. And I didn't like when Tisha had told what she said when Latrice was like, I'm not gonna let you sit in my face and try and do something to me. She said, oh, you mean how you do everybody else? And it's like, hold her accountable for the shit that she do to other people, but what has she done? You already know the girl is really non-confrontational. She'll talk shit in the confessionals, but she really not. I mean,
you talking about Latrice?
Yeah, Latrice. She'll get fly with you, but she really not about that life. I don't know. I'm just kind of over them. I can't stand Gucci is what I'm learning. I've been trying not to say that.
Her sitcom
Gucci,
ass.
Oh my God.
Why she keep like every scene she got to talk about Latrice? Latrice, why would you invite a hang ass bitch to your mama's retirement party? Like, what's going on with that?
So
why does she show up?
So she can hate from inside the club.
I guess so.
You know what this is low key giving to me? Number one, I think they hating because Latrice, we can actually name her business and what she does. Everybody else is kind of like, we don't really know what the fuck you do. And if you do something, you don't talk about it on the show because it's not glamorous. Because I know last week people were saying that Letitia was a bail bondsman. I don't know why she don't discuss that on the show. So I think number one, they jealous of that. Number two, I also feel like majority of these women on this show, were never those girls. They were lame as fuck. So now that they feel like they to a point to where they can flex things like businesses and money and success, they feel like they can hold that over Latrice's head, but it's killing them inside that Latrice is younger. She's prettier, to be honest. And she has businesses. So it's a way for them to band together and kind of feel like, yeah, you might have been that girl, like you cute, but I'm more successful than you. I'm more of a boss than you. You can't sit with us. And I feel like it's just a projection of, whatever they've been going through their whole life. Because I can look at all of them and be like, no, y'all wasn't them girls.
Yeah. I don't like how they try to paint her out to be drunk. I'm like, y'all trying to get her off the show? Like, can y'all stop that shit? Can y'all stop this shit? And then let's get to Tisha real quick, talking about Glenn and how she's not liking that Cliff is involved in their relationship. And I'm like, well, BIT, you need to say the same thing to Marie. Have to be honest, because Marie is just as damn involved in your relationship as well. So y'all both welcome the door for more people to come on in. So that's what the hell they doing. They stepping on into y'all relationship. It's really that simple.
Another thing. I'm gonna need for the women of Jackson to upgrade when it comes to these wigs. If y'all want to be in the wig business, I'm gonna need for y'all wigs to be fucking laid. And y'all
you talking about Latrice? Latrice.
Oh, because Latrice has had some times now.
I was about to say she did have some moments where she was going through it. You could tell she got into it with the stylist.
Marie in her 24 piece. Shit. Gucci in a part but nobody's wig is laid like that, and it's because it's too fucking hot. So y'all got wigs that y'all take off at the end of the night. And I understand the practicality of that, but that means that there's always a hump somewhere in a goddamn wig.
Yeah.
And I don't want the girls that live in these climates like Mississippi, Louisiana, even you Miami bitches that love to glue y'all hair down to y'all forehead.
Say that.
the makeup on. I really want the girls to go back to the braids during the summer. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
I want the girls to go back to what is easy for us to deal with and still look reasonable in these hot summer months down here in the South in the humidity, girl. Because I feel like no matter how hard y'all try to keep them wigs glued to y'all head, they still be sliding. Y'all saw Heavenly on Married to Medicine. Her wig just was getting further and further back as the teen
Further
went
back.
on. I just want
Turner,
everybody to do
Turner.
That was too funny. That was too funny.
that.
That was
They be
funny.
looking a mess. That kind of take me back to that season of Ready to Love when they was in Miami. Remember Jeffrey makeup would like melt off her face.
Like, y'all, stop
Oh,
working against the climate. Stop working against the climate. You know?
mm.
Oh,
I
so
wore a wig down to New Orleans one time, and that was a absolute mistake. Definitely played myself.
I mean, they might need to just do the glueless wigs then. The glueless
Yeah.
one that has the strap inside.
that's what I think they doing. That's why Letitia's like her part, like on both sides, had that little hump. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
'Cause
yeah, they ain't got that braid right up under the.
out, shook it out, put it on, sets it right, and boom, we're ready to
Just
take.
go.
Mm-mm. And we can see it.
Y'all,
Mm-mm.
y'all's thoughts on Latrice confirming that Akeisha did not want Tamara a part of the group chat? We really not. They kind of left that to be continued. Also, I feel like we're not gonna see that come to a head till next week. But
That's because Tambra don't want tape with them hoes.
period.
Tambra, I'm not going to
I'm
go
not
on
taping.
here.
And I don't blame her.
I don't either. Like her wig, child. But I'm annoyed at her. Like I know because she don't want to hear it from nobody. You know how she over there looking a fool right now. I just feel like
who?
Tambra
Timber
looking,
with the baby and not no commitment for real.
and it's not even
Oh, okay.
commitment. You can't even trust this nigga to keep shit to himself. Like it to me, the mind, he's just not. I wish he would have found a good gay homeboy that wanted a kid and was gonna be, responsible and co-parent with her. Because her and Damon are not like, do they fuck? Like, there's nothing there for me. So I just kind of feel like, girl, if you just wanted your baby, you could have just had your baby. Like, why is you tying yourself to this ain't shit ass, heavy tongue ass?
Yeah.
But I still feel like when it came to that whole Akeisha situation, I'm sad that I was more inclined to believe the majority instead of believing that Tambra didn't do that shit. Because that was one of them times that my shit was not clicking. Because I should have glued into that. Letitia is a fucking scam artist, just like Glenn is. That's why you want to be with Glenn so bad, because y'all both some goddamn scam artists, not to be trusted, snake ass people, which is why you're friends with Cliff. So yeah, I feel like Latrice is the young girl that's being mind controlled in an abusive relationship for dear God, and it's rotted her brain a little bit. Because even when Latrice was having her interview, I noticed all of her insecure, nervous tics, and she has a lot of them. And I can
she do.
I can tell it's because that nigga Cliff beats her down verbally all the time. So the moment when she wants to feel confident, she does a lot of, like, she'll blink. And
Oh,
she'll,
like that interview she was doing.
yes, like it's a lot of like little nervous tics and shit. And I'm like, girl, you really just need to get away from that man. Like, give yourself a year. You ain't even gotta divorce the nigga, but just go somewhere and live away from him for a whole year and just see how you feel. Because I feel like he is fucking with her central nervous system. Like the way he messes with her, like it fucks with the way she's able to be just in general. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
she should be more confident than that, because she got a lot of shit going on her own, and it's weird to me to see her with those nervous tics, like what you explained about it.
Make me sad for her, because I feel like I know what that's like. And I just wish she would free herself of it, because it's imprisonment, but it's imprisonment she's putting herself in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She can really leave that old ass nigga. He'll be okay.
He will. I like the fact that she is no longer maintaining any loyalty to Tisha. Because first of all, Tisha over there talking like Treese asked her to be loyal to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, asked you to go to bat for her and defend her in different situations. Now that Treese is coming out and letting people know, or at least letting Tambra know the true play at hand, it makes me feel like the reason why Letitia was going to bat so hard for Latrice was because she has told Latrice other damn dirt. And she wants to show up and have Latrice's back. So this very moment of what Treese is doing, which is letting this come out, it wouldn't have happened any other time sooner. So I'm glad that she said it. Y'all sitting around here trying to paint this lady as a drunk. You sitting over here lying, talking about she don't nobody want no F and 9 to 5. I can see if you got on her case about her cussing, but we're talking about a 9 to 5. Your whole brunch is about entrepreneurship and empowerment. No, they don't want to work no damn 9 to 5. So what is the issue here? Yeah, I'm glad she finally telling Tambra, but I do think that it is messed up that Tambra, I feel like she was kind of outcasted and then further alienated herself because she don't want to deal with y'all like that. I kind of hate that happened, knowing the whole time that this bitch was on some fugazi stuff and you just sat back and you kind of watched it. I do have to say that it is a bit messed up, but I don't mind you spilling the tea now. But I don't know if Akeisha gonna care, because we all know why Tisha feels a way about Akeisha. Akeisha came in and she can make moves that Tisha can't. And if you were jealous of Akeisha, then it's making me believe you have reasons to be jealous of Latrice. And I don't even know why Latrice went to go sit down and have a conversation with her about speech, like doing a speak or whatever, a speech or whatever, to talk to your peers. This is what you do day in and out when it comes to your industry. If you're going to talk to hair students, it's nothing for you to have this conversation. You don't need her. Why are you going over there? Like, that's crazy.
I think that Letitia keeps her proximity to Latrice because she does feel like Latrice is that girl. Like, girl, I know there's no like factual logic behind this, but I think that it irks Marie because Marie is like, we could band together so strong and be stronger than her if the three of our lame asses with miscellaneous businesses get together and go against her. And I think it irks her that Letitia won't do that. So yeah, I just still can't get over the fact that Letitia really sat her down and said, I've taken you under my wings and I've helped you. And I'm like, I cackle. Like, what do you do? So I hate to see it. I've seen this post talking about how adults really ain't got their shit together, and it's just wild to see. And as I watch these reality shows, it's wild to see that like the same character types that you would see in high school, like a lot of shit I learned in school. Like I didn't even have to live 50 years to figure this out. The same character types that you see in school play themselves into adulthood. Kind of like, y'all remember last year we was talking about, no shade, this is not a general stereotype, but a lot of times I'm saying, you remember we were saying everybody went to school with the big girl that did the titty fucks and the giving head because you got to do something to get ahead. And then you get the girls who, they feel like they lacking something. They not cute. So what they do, they end up in the classroom snitched because that's how you get back at the people who bullied you. Like those things, like, it's just crazy because I feel like I see it in reality TV.
A whole bunch of Gretchen Wieners over there. Y'all a whole bunch of like, I wish I was that girl, but I'm the second in charge to that girl ass bitches. And Latrice legitimizes Letitia because Letitia doesn't have a legitimate business and she never has. She was riding around in a nice car because Glendale has a good job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
I don't know what to say.
You know what I think? I think any nigga still trying to rap at this point is still,
I thought he was just doing that rap for her.
Is that why he's performing it next episode?
This the multiple. He been trying to rap since day one.
No, y'all think so? I thought he just was doing it for just like to connect back with her.
Now pay me.
And to do it at the little ceremony.
If he wanted to connect with her, he could just give her some dick. He don't have to go to the studio.
Good night. Good night. Maybe he do want to rap then.
He want to rap. Always wanted to rap with his Boosie fade. The fuck out of here.
I'm gonna let Glenn do what he wants.
I mean, that's a handsome man, but
he's gonna do whatever
he's a nice looking man. You don't think Glenn is handsome?
You don't think so?
I think his ways may not be great. I think he's a nice looking man.
I think he's a very handsome man.
Oh, okay.
He looks clean and stuff. Yeah. Not bad
I think
looking.
so. You know, he got some nice teeth. Yeah. But y'all, we need to go back to I should have put around America Kill on here.
And I think that he looks a very, he looks clean. His hair be cut when he comes.
Like he smell like weed and expensive.
Face gives oil, Vaseline. Cliff just looked like he just walk out the house. I mean, you gotta look at who he's on the show with now. Cliff just wake up and come on. And I think that Glenn puts a little effort into, what he, get a little, grease on his face.
Because he's the ugly nigga. The ugly nigga has to be fresh. He got to smell
Who?
good.
He's winning. He's winning.
You said Glendale's the ugly?
Glendale?
Yes, Glendale.
Girl,
you think he's ugly?
Not.
He is the
She said ugly.
You will not do this on it. You will not
Listen
do this.
to me. Glendale is the
You will
ugly nigga prototype. Yes, he may not actually be ugly.
Oh,
Okay. I thought you were saying he was.
Yes, I got you now. Okay.
He's charismatic. He know how to fuck good. He smell good. He gonna do all of the things, and that's because in his mind, he's an ugly nigga. And
So you think the ugly dudes often have to overperform, overdo?
and not even an over. They're not even overdoing it. I think they're doing it at the level that any nigga should be doing it at. But because people like Cliff come out into the world and feel like they don't have to do that because they light skin with light eyes, they don't have to put forth as much of an effort to take care of themselves as a dude like Glendale. Glendale is probably the type of nigga that always had the outfit laid out the day before, shoes.
So with you saying that, you are agreeing that Glendale looks good.
I agree that Glendale takes good care of himself.
Low key, I don't think that he even thinks he's ugly. He moves like he thinks he's cute.
That's now.
Because Boosie don't have to do none of that. Boosie don't give a damn, and we know what end of the stick he on.
When he grew up, I feel like when Glendale was growing up, he felt like the little ugly kid. Now that he's like got all his shit nice, no, he doesn't feel like that. But it's internally,
I can't imagine, because how do you have this woman tied to you for 20 years?
Because he's
through all the bullshit, and you not. Oh, you think
it's the dick and the history.
He is scraping the top of her dick. I mean, the top of her with his dick. That is what he's doing. Listen, I can already tell the gravity in which his body is. It ain't the face, it's the dick. I promise you.
Not a tip drill.
There's a Twitter video somewhere of Glendale tearing somebody up. I promise you.
We gotta call him a gratuity then. A gratuity drill. So tip drill. I'm thinking about tips. Because where did tip drill? Because he said it must be at, it's because it ain't your face.
It ain't your face.
I need a tip drill. So is he a gratuity drill, drill for the men, or what would it be?
Basically.
Because the women is a tip drill, but then if
all I know is his attractiveness ain't got nothing to do with his face. That's what I'll say.
It's the aesthetic, is what you're saying.
Yes, it's the vibe. It's the collective. I'm clean. I smell good. I take good care of myself. I got my Vaseline on my lips. Y'all ain't gonna catch me out here slipping. But essentially, for me, nah.
I think it's the skin.
But if he had dreads, what would you do? Would you change your mind?
His eyes ain't soft enough for me.
The dreads may soften his eyes.
That's not.
That'd be wrong road.
He wouldn't look good with locks to me. In all honesty, I probably I would be like, nah. He probably would look worse to me with locks. Some people like it just kind of makes they fuck nigga vibe look even worse. Like you, you's a monster out here. Get away from me. Nah. He facially, I'm not saying he's, because y'all apparently think he's good looking, but to me, like he wouldn't be able to pull me. I'll just say it like
no, we're not saying he could pull us. Hello?
Yeah.
No.
But I just mean, not really, not really. I just mean, like, if he wasn't him and we saw him out somewhere, I still would be like, nah, I'm straight. It's it's too much to the jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like it just be doing a little bit too much for me. I like a I like a natural swag, and he just be like, he gotta starch the jeans type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel where y'all coming from. I feel where y'all coming from, and I see.
I just love having these discussions because we all got
different opinions,
very different types,
and they trying to shade me on some personal shit that we ain't talking about on this live. But
I agree with baby
I ain't
Teresa.
saying
She
nothing.
said Glendale don't look good enough for the shit he putting Tisha through. I know that's real.
There's that.
Oh hell no!
I agree with that.
Oh, let me read these super chats real quick. Jasper, thank you for the super chat. Hey cousins, y'all look good tonight. Necey, I'm gonna need that hat ASAP.
It is cute.
She in, go get you one.
I want that hat in green. I'm like, where can I get this
Have
hat
you seen it?
in green?
I need it in blue.
They should probably have it. They got it.
Be nice.
I've seen this hat everywhere. I saw it. I got it last year, and then Shoe Deal in Dallas had like every single color, and I'm like, damn, do I need more?
I'm Nita.
Yes,
Can y'all highlight Nita's comment because she's me and I'm her.
Which one?
Nita, right here. I'm shocked. She's
Don't be like that, Nita.
No, listen. I did not think y'all was gonna say
Don't
that.
be like that.
I did not think y'all was gonna say. I didn't think y'all was gonna like really be like, no, Bondi, he's very.
Honestly, I thought I was gonna be alone on that one. Jamie is who shot me. I thought I was gonna be alone, and y'all was gonna clown me.
Nice, yeah.
Look, Keisha said he's sexy, and I'm just like,
okay. Well, now we didn't go this far. Now, Keisha, now.
Oh no, we didn't do that. That's a bit much.
See,
Usher is sexy. This man is just a piece of cute girl.
Y'all, why every week Jamie get closer and closer to disrespect me to my face? Talking about
I am Jackie Harry.
Hold on.
Get over it. Okay, that man don't want to.
Listen. I have been loving him the past few months. I don't know what it is, but I have been coming so closer to him.
A lot of y'all have. I'm telling y'all, I have to find my yearbook from when y'all gonna think I'm tripping. I was in the 4th grade, and in the yearbook, in the back, it said, "When I grow up, blank." I said, "When I grow up, I want to blank." I put me, Usher. I have pictures of that man in my room with his shirt. That is my man. Well, hold on, just in case my husband watching this. That was my ex-husband. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Niyar. Happy Thanksgiving. CCB says, I think Glenn was broke, so he had to do more. That's basically what Bondi was saying.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't say broke.
No, I think growing up in Mississippi, being dark complected and looking like Glenn, he probably grew up feeling like he wasn't the cutest in comparison to like Cliff. And you add money and not having a lot on top of that, then yeah, that's why you got to make sure all your shit. Like he give me the type of nigga that even when he didn't have a lot, everything was still clean. You know what I'm saying? But that's because we ain't seen no crust. No, he hasn't given us Caesar from In Crew vibes. I have money, but my lips are crusty. So grandma made sure he took good care of himself. She ain't raised him to be nothing, but at least he's clean.
Oh well,
there's that.
More to come on that show, y'all. That's a mess. We got more content out of Glendale than the show.
Usher, listen,
that is crazy.
Kiki mama say Usher gay, and I believe her. I don't know why she.
You believe her, Bondi?
Come on, bro, get the fuck out of here. Y'all don't think this nigga's gay.
I do not believe it.
We was friends more like brothers all night. Used to fight under covers.
Okay. We was fighting over the cereal. We was wrestling early in the morning. Morning wood.
Usher was like 12, y'all. Come on.
Like 13.
You know, I don't care.
Scotty said that's good for me. You know what? It is.
No, it's not, because Scotty, then me and you gonna be beefing. I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go, Scotty. I'm sorry.
Okay. He said we ain't good, but we still good.
I think whenever people be talking about their favorite R&B singers that are gay, like, why you Bonnie think everybody motherfucker Cuckoo Mama saying that shit? Me. And I would like y'all know that more people are gay than y'all would like to admit. That's not my problem. That's not my fault. Okay. But Usher, as soon as that shit was said, I was like, that nigga got a lot of eyeliner on. And then it just kind of was like everything just kind of like gelled together. And I was like, you know what? Now that I'm thinking back on it, Chili did look like a little boy by the body back then.
Chili.
Let it go.
Now you done went all the way back to Chili. Let me not, because I was gonna say something about Tamika, and we love you, Tamika. Let me shut up.
The very, very strong facial features.
We ain't good, but we still good.
We'll say this. He's probably bisexual and enjoys
I won't say it.
I support whatever he wants to do.
We all enjoy Pound Town. It's fine. It's okay. Everybody does it.
I support.
But I
Everybody does it. Okay, this is the thing. I don't think that Usher is gay. On some real stuff, like years ago, I seen in videos of them talking about Diddy being a predator. I truly believe that Usher is a victim. He was a child victim. Like, in my opinion, I feel like he was probably a child victim of Diddy. And you know how in the Black community, a lot of people, not just Black, just in general, a lot of people won't really admit to assault that young boys go through. So I think on the one hand, because of who he is and how he grew up in the limelight, that's probably something that he won't discuss, for one. And for two, if he did, like, it would be met with Usher's gay because he was 12 and being preyed on. So that's where I think that this narrative is coming from. But I don't think he gay. But if he was, I mean, that's still my man.
That nigga said I'm the gay whisperer. Go to hell, bro. I hate y'all. I hate y'all for real. Nah. I just listen. I was a gay man in my former life. I am a bisexual woman in this life. I can just feel it. It's fine. Again, everybody does it. It's fine. It's okay. I need for everybody to just, it's okay. If Usher does like Pink, it's okay if you want to fuck him. You might have still never fucked him, even if he liked you. It's okay. You could want to. I think about Usher like Prince. It don't matter what might really be going on. People still want to fuck him. And that's cool. And that's cool. I like that. I personally like being attractive to both sexes. I am. I enjoy that. Why can't Usher and everybody else be like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it for you. Don't change nothing for me.
Necey, deep breaths.
Is this a bucket hat, Necey?
Yes, it's a bucket hat.
I'm gonna need for her to listen. I don't want your man, okay?
Oh, you said deep breaths.
Yeah, deep breaths. Because she over there like, okay, because it don't matter to me. Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
Not blast leave Prince. Oh, y'all gonna act like Prince wasn't okay.
Huh.
Okay.
Now this is another thing. This is a whole nother thing. I'm just choosing to live in delusion along with the girls with the boxy eyebrows.
I almost think that was an absolute lie. I'm really starting to think that the STD thing might have been a straight up fucking fabrication. Because ever since that Ty set up, because ever since this shit came out, I remember seeing like his face when all of this shit came out, and I remember him smiling, and the smile on his face, just like now that I'm thinking back to it, is giving. I knew that this shit was bullshit because I know I didn't fuck this girl, like that type of thing.
Well, he paid them.
He paid them
just to shut up, just to
they settled.
Interesting. I never knew that.
You know, they don't always settle because somebody did something. I mean, Diddy did that shit, but sometimes when they settle is because they just want the person to go away because the person can like keep saying shit, and you know nobody wants to have to like pull up the records.
I think so. I gotta search it now, but
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. They dismissed it. Yeah, they didn't set. They dismissed it.
Oh, okay.
I thought he had a smile on his face, like, bitch, I know.
Wait, but another article from Ebony says that they settled it out of court.
So we're confused.
Yeah.
Either way, if he got herpes, he got it from Diddy, and that's what I believe.
Oh.
Whoa. Echo. Whoa. Yeah.
Allegedly,
Whoa.
possibly, maybe not.
Huh.
Whoa.
All roads lead back.
Well, literally, it seems like that's what it is. A lot of roads are leading back to him.
Why y'all acting like we was just talking about how we think this nigga fucked this nigga when he was a teenager, and I say that
I never said that.
we didn't. We wasn't saying.
I think Necey did.
I came up with that conspiracy that
I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
that allegedly. I truly feel like that's a possibility that that's what happened.
I
But
always considered it a situation like, you know how Boosie was talking about he'll find somebody to smash his young child so they ain't gay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that he
I think it's
probably
both.
introduced
Me too.
Usher to other women earlier
I
on.
believe
the
that
same
part.
way. That's what I was thinking. I didn't think he probably violated them, but I don't know.
Mm,
Here's the thing: when you introduce them to sex at an early age like that, I think it makes them get once I've done this so many times, now I'm bored. So what's the next?
Mm.
So I feel like, and that's because I knew dudes like that. I knew a lot of dudes growing up that had a lot of early sexual experiences with with women, with girls and stuff, and that would then lead them to having sex with men.
Oh,
Not
wow.
to say,
Whoa.
and this is what I mean when I say that they were always going to be attracted to both sexes. But what
That's
I
what I
mean
was
is because they had the early sexual experiences, they kind of had a lot of those things happen early on. Like been with a whole bunch of girls, had threesomes, and fuck dudes by the time we make it to 16. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
And it's because somebody fucked with them early on. And so they and then in a way that made them feel like that's what they were supposed to do. So for instance, the little dudes will come off a little effeminate, the uncles or daddy or whatever, y'all stick some old ass bitch on him, and now he's fucking, girls,
Mhm.
and then eventually he still ends up fucking dudes. But before he gets to that point, he's gonna have a lot of different sexual experiences that come from the over sexualizing at a young age thing. And that's what I was thinking about with Usher from the very beginning. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, we
I feel
all
like that's why he has a history of dating older women too. The one he with now is just I think is the youngest that he's been with.
And where's she at? Somewhere not saying nothing.
She around. She around.
Mm.
So, I knew from a young age I wasn't old enough for Usher. I had to be older than him. But
Maybe in another life, Necey.
Oh.
maybe it's fine. Okay. So that's it for Bell Collective. Let's roll into Love and Merge Huntsville.
Mhm.
Two things that I want to talk about. Hold on.
Okay, come on, she in bucket hat.
You found a link, Bundy?
Yeah.
They got other colors too, right?
Yeah, I see a green one. That's what I was sending you to see if this is the right one.
Something got it.
Oh, you sent it. I didn't see it. I just feel extremely disrespected by whoever decided to put this show out. Yeah, that's it, Jamie. The last two shows. But I got it last year, but it just looks the same. The pink is lighter than mine. But I just feel extremely disrespected because they ain't been talking about nothing. I feel like they've been wasting our time the past two episodes. And don't y'all say it's because the Scots ain't on the show. That's not why. It's just because y'all have been stretching literally like 2.5 scenes across in a 40-minute episode. It's ridiculous. So two things I want to discuss. Number one, I guess it's one thing I want to discuss. Two notes on one thing. Let's talk about the Fletchers. We're at the dinner table with the Fletchers. And Lexi, who is Chris's daughter, ends up interrupting Nell and their son, Chris, from arguing. Nell says, Lexi, shut the hell up. She just screams and bangs the table, shut the hell up. And what?
I about to send it to you in the chat, but go ahead. I'm so sorry. I mean, we could do that. We could do it later, but I just sent it to you.
Okay. So yeah, Lexi claims she was treated differently, and her husband end up leaving the house. And she ended up telling Chris, "You haven't been there for me. You only came into my life when I was 28 years old." Her complaints are that a bunch of her siblings got BMWs, Mercedes when they were 17. And then, she didn't get anything. She didn't get any support from her daddy till she was 28. Chris says, "You know what? Now you on some bullshit. Go ahead and get out my face." And he leaves. And when he comes back into the house, Nell tells Chris, "This is why I told your ass don't bring her here." Not to mention, when she got ready to leave, Nell and Chris's daughter together, Kayla, calls her sister a bitch. So I'm not gonna lie, the first time I watched this scene, it felt very much like I didn't watch this scene with my eyes and ears the first time I watched it, to be honest. First time I watched it, I was like, "Ugh, here we go." Like, it was giving stereotypical, like, one of the siblings want to be different. So they attach themselves to a struggle. They reject their family. And, they end up being, "Oh, well, I never got this." Because that's what they do to get attention. That's what I initially thought. So I didn't watch with my eyes and ears. The second time I watched with my eyes and ears, and I actually paid attention to what was going on, Chris never denies that all of the other children had BMWs and Mercedes.
Mm.
And the other two things that triggered me was Nell telling Chris, "This is why I told your ass not to invite her over here." That's his daughter. And number 3 was the sister calling her a bitch. And nobody in the family, like, I'm not saying that Lexi was right. I'm not saying nobody should took sides, but nobody tried to calm down the situation. Everybody was kind of like, "Here you go, Lexi, you always on that shit." So in my opinion, I feel like Nell is trying to cover something up, because she came to us in the last episode talking about, we don't even say we have a blended family because our kids have been together since they were 1 year old. But the reality is Lexi has a whole ass mama who she probably lived with. And that's probably why she feels like the outside child versus Nell's child that she brought into the relationship, because he grew up in the house with them. It's something they're not leaving out. And I kind of want to, I want to believe what Lexi is saying. And it's given like Chris has allowed Nell to conditionally love his daughter while everybody else is kind of like a whole family. So I wanted to know what you got from that scene.
Some part of me did kind of feel like you need DC. I want to kind of validate some of what this young lady's experience is, because that's her experience with the family. But at the same time, for all of the other siblings to call you out on your stuff, and it's not even so much as the parents and even the brother who really ain't been saying nothing and finally opened up and was like, "She do this all the time. I don't even know why y'all surprised. Like, this is what she do all the time." I'm starting to feel like the sister is the problem and always wants to be the woe is me. And it might be a contributing factor of a lot. One, she knows that everybody else, like, that's their mom. She is the outsider because she came from a completely different mama. So she might be envious of that. And I'm also wondering about that relationship, because I'm like, maybe Chris had a rough relationship with the mom. Maybe she didn't like the fact that Nell could have potentially been coming in trying to overstep her boundaries as a stepmama or something. Maybe she could have possibly restricted them from doing so much. Who knows? But what I did not forget is that Nell did give that girl them $22,000. So just like Chris did not deny that
She gave
that
Lexi $22,000.
yes, she did. Yeah, just
Oh,
like
I don't remember that. What
yeah,
he said?
she said that at the table. So like, just like Chris did not deny her getting the BMW, the girl was trying to say she had got a hoopty, and when she wrecked it, Nell said she gave her $22,000. So that's on you that you didn't get a BMW. You trying to put that off on everybody else. You chose to go get an Infinity, which is what y'all was driving. I would want to believe that's y'all car. That's a good ass car. So she does play
Yeah.
this woe is me type of, I'm the bigger girl out of the siblings and this, that, and the other. Like, that's what I think. I think it probably got something to do with her weight. And it also got something to do with the fact that those are their parents.
And
And
then
she came in and as the outside and potentially the mama. But Nell definitely has broken her back to give to a child that's not hers. And I think she's at a place now where it's like, when she was a child, I thought as an adult and I stepped in as a parent need to. Now she's a big grown ass girl and I don't have to do that. So when Chris was in the confessional talking about some, oh, well, you know, that's our daughter, you know, I'm still gonna love my daughter or whatever like that. Nell looked at his ass and said, I respect that for you. Meaning
Yeah, I didn't like
you
that.
can do it, but I'm not gonna do it anymore because she's a big grown able-bodied ass girl and I did what I could when she was younger, but I don't have
Jamie,
to
I'm
do that
tired of
now.
you saying big grown.
That's not nice. I
I
mean,
am
she's a
so
grown woman. She's a grown woman.
big grown body able to ass girl. No, I feel you though. Okay, that makes sense. I could definitely see it from that point of view too.
Yeah, I wanted to believe her, so I felt you on that because I don't like to hear parents tell their kids that they lying just because you can't recall events. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that they didn't experience it like that. So I'm like, nah, I want to believe her, but when you got the siblings more than one, and then this was the stupid part. This one I knew she was full of shit. When she said, you guys were barely at my wedding, and then he said something, the brother said something
Like
to
you
her.
barely told us about it,
Yeah,
or
you
we
barely
was
told us
barely
about
invited.
it. And then she said the only reason you were there was because you got an invitation. And I said, well, then which one is it, bitch? Were they at the wedding or were they not? Because you still sent them an invitation and they showed up. So what do you mean barely? So she does try to create ways for her to be the victim in situations, and I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm kind of caught in between too, because I definitely, felt that they were kind of ganging up on her, and I didn't like that. To me, it wasn't until when Chris went outside and tried to talk to her, and she was like, "You didn't really be getting my life until I was 28," and he got pissed off, and I was just kind of like, yeah, y'all fucked up along the way, but she's also like reveling in it. There are times when people like to be the victim because they don't feel like they have any power anywhere else but in their
Right.
hood. And so to me, that, and I also feel like whatever her mom was telling her, and Nell said this. I said, when I first was watching it, I was like, she's coming off as somebody who, because they couldn't live in the household with everybody else, they already feel a way. Probably because the mama didn't have the ends and the means that Chris eventually got to when him and Nell got together. It seems as if he and Nell really kind of got the money up together. And the mom probably felt resentful and felt like Chris was withholding from her when really it was he and Nell that had accumulated that money, not just him by himself. So I think that the first woman, Alexis' mom, probably said a lot of negative things about them to Alexis over the years. And then that reinforced her feeling, like she wasn't really included because you're the only one who had a different mother. Everybody else has the same mom, Lance and the other two. But to
Yeah.
me, my issue came in with Nell is because, first of all, Nell, why are you giving all of this fucking money to your ungrateful ass son? Like that, to me, I notice how this girl is complaining about what y'all didn't do for her, but the boy over here, you telling us how much money you done spent on this nigga because he's going to fucking jail. And you bailing him out. And I didn't even have people in my comments talking about, oh, we still bailed our kids out. I was like, okay, well, when they keep making mistakes and keep taking their ass back to jail and keep calling you to come and save them, don't be surprised. Like, I really get it. I do, but I was just raised that at a certain age, you cut that shit off because otherwise they're gonna always feel like they can make mistakes because you're gonna come and save them.
And that's true. But I will say this though. I thought you was gonna say, Neil, why you keep giving out this money in general? Because to give this daughter 22 racks, like she constantly showing up. And I'm like, well, damn, when is somebody gonna say Chris gave their ass some money?
Well, they said Chris gives them money every now and again. Chris will tell her, don't give them the fucking money, and she won't give it to him anyway. But when Chris gives money, he gets his money back. And
that's right.
And I think that's because Chris is the one that says, okay, you didn't pay me back last time, I'm not giving you any more money. He probably gives to the ones that give him his money back. Because Nell is always like given from this space of, I want to be the favorite. Like, you mad because they go and talk to the daddy more than they talk to you, but you were screaming at the top of your fucking lungs in that squeaky ass voice the entire dinner, mad because one didn't tell you that she got another job. Ma'am, you don't need to know that. Like,
What?
as long as you're not responsible for her, I don't understand why you needed to know verbatim what was going on with the job situation. She got another job. What's the problem?
Right, trying to shun that girl. And I felt like she was trying to distract a little bit, kind of like use her. That's how it seemed like in the beginning, right? Because it's like, Neil, what's going on with your other kids? Because it seemed like you came in the scene immediately coming for her and trying to out her situation. What's happening with your other children? And eventually we learned that, but I kind of felt like she was picking on her. And I'm like, why are you picking on her though?
Yeah, that was literally nothing in comparison. One of the things I peeped though that really made me form my opinion was the fact that Chris only went to console his daughter in private. He didn't do it in front of the rest of the family. So it makes me wonder if
He hasn't stood
it
up.
was always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, has he not stood up for his daughter in front of Nell? And has that been representative of what her life has been like? Because why did he wait for her to leave to walk outside and have a conversation with her? But when she was at the table up against everybody, he didn't say not one word.
Chris gives weak when it comes to that. Look at the way Chris let Martell handle him.
That's true.
He gives like, he ain't really
You
gonna
don't like confrontation.
Yeah, non-confrontational. So he's not going to be assertive and dominate in moments where he needs to. And I think that's probably Alexis' main issue is like, you really don't speak up for me in front of everybody else. And, I get it. I get it. It was just a fucked up situation to me. All in all, to look at their family dynamic and know that girl probably fell away simply because she didn't grow up in a household with them, because she got the different mom and she got to be with her mom. But Nell is the problem to me. I'm gonna just tell you, because I feel like you complain about them being entitled and you keep giving them shit. Like that.
That is very true. And I'm here for, if you're well off and you want to do for your kids, I'm definitely here for that. But at some point, I feel like it does need to be like a line drawn, because as you mentioned earlier, they're gonna keep abusing that shit. You just got to draw the damn line with some shit. You just got to. And I feel like just in general, when you're a well-off person, not even just with your kids, just with your family in general, you will find yourself giving and giving and giving and giving, and you ain't gonna have shit for yourself. So
hell yeah.
Get that together, Neil.
A wig.
And ain't no way y'all finna there's no way I'm gonna be giving you thousands of dollars and you're going over there to Chris and you're confiding in him or whatever, but you can't have a conversation with me. But I'm good enough for you to come to me and ask me for money, but I'm not good enough for you to have the proper conversations with or whatever. You only see me as the person to get money out of them. So yeah, I wouldn't like that at all. I wouldn't be able to do that.
It's also killing me how her white husband didn't say not one word or make not one facial expression.
Some part of me felt like, because he knew part of her was full of shit. And also, he knew it would be a losing battle if he even tried to correct them too.
Get involved.
I feel like he's probably been so isolated from the family because she probably has infiltrated his brain with whatever narrative she wanted to put out, which is probably why he was just sitting there shook. I feel like that's a lot of what people do. Even her having a white husband, she went and got him from outside. Like, I want to make sure that you like believe what I tell you. I want to make sure that you are nothing like my family. I'm rejecting them. And whatever I tell you, this is all you know. So I think he was shook. But it was just funny. He was like, I ain't got shit to do with it. Like, black people yelling, I'm just gonna sit here and look at the wall.
Yeah, that's literally what he did. Literally.
Okay. Kiki and Tiffany meet up, and this is where I felt played because last week they showed the clip as if we were going to get this conversation, and we didn't get it at all. So we really didn't have nothing come from that, and I really don't think anything else happened this episode. Did y'all have any other comments on Love and Marriage Huntsville?
I think the Fletchers was the only thing.
Besides, let's see, Kiki, Tiffany, Stormy, I don't care about it. Mel, I only want to say, I hope it was just a scene. Mel, please stop forcing Brittany to come on the show. Brittany don't.
Oh yeah.
Brittany looked like she was scared the whole time, and I met Brittany. Brittany's very sweet. Brittany don't need to be on the show. I think, she there to prove that Mel got friends outside of this cast that y'all act like she ain't got. It's too late though. It's too late. Y'all should have did that like 2-3 seasons ago when they was talking
Yeah.
about it. Y'all always wait until 2 seasons after we have complained about some shit in order to make a change. And by that time, we don't care anymore. Like, who gives a fuck about whether Mel has real friends or not at this point? None of these people on this show was ever her real friends any fucking way. So it doesn't even matter. Like,
yeah, I wasn't interested in none of. And then Mel was talking about with Brittany. I wasn't interested in shit by Stormy now. Like, I think the Fletchers was the only thing, and that's crazy because I feel like if they had a show, I would be tuned the hell in because it's enough chaos. But I do feel like Nell was trying to oversell it to the producers, all that damn yelling. And what I didn't like, let me highlight that when Lexi said, "Wait, pause. Who was arrested?" So first of all, Lexi didn't even know who the hell was arrested. So you over there want people to come to you and confide in you, but you're not even sharing stuff with them. So that's number one. Number two, you cussed at that girl and yelled at her. But when you started talking to Lexi and your son interrupted, you did a hand motion telling him to calm down. Why you didn't yell at his ass and tell him to shut the fuck up? The same way you just yelled at Lexi.
It was so out of pocket.
Chris' daughter.
Like, the girl wasn't even saying nothing. She was just like, "Wait, what happened?" And she, "Shut the fuck up, Alexis." It was just kind of like
extra
and bang the table too. And then it was the sister calling her a bitch. For me, it was given very much like the sister was hyped up off of like, that's my mama.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like to me. That's my mama. You not gonna come. Like, it was a disconnection there because I get into it with my sisters, but I ain't never got into an argument with my sister and called them a bitch. I know some people do that every day, but the way that she called her a bitch like somebody off the street, and I'm like, what?
I was wondering if they edited something out because I feel like they met because it started to be a sibling dispute at that point, and it made me think that the sister and Lexi may have been through a lot of stuff. Like, something must have really transpired between them, and then that's probably why. I don't think it, to me, I ain't get that it was anything about Nell. I'm like, okay, they have a very rough history where it appears, according to the sister, Lexi has always been jealous of her, which has caused a lot of arguments, which has led to her calling her the bitch at the time. Just like she said, you always looking at what everybody else got and then you want it.
That is what she said. She said it don't work like that. So I'm like, what? What happened?
And then I think she said they tried to like show up for her, but
that is what she said.
Lexi alienates herself, and I think when Bondi mentioned something about the mom and she may put certain things in her head, I believe that. I believe her mom could have highlighted certain stuff, sowed certain seeds in that girl, and she feels a way about her own family. And I just don't think that's fair. If Nell can give you 22,000, you can't acknowledge that, but you want to acknowledge the other shit. Yeah. But they better than the Scots though. They gave us a whole lot more than the Scots did. So shout out to the Fletch.
Yeah. I want a special. I would definitely watch that. Okay. So now it's time. Yeah, I guess. Let's get into Married to Medicine. I was trying to decide, like, do I want to talk about Potomac now or do I want to talk about Married to Medicine?
Let's do Potomac. Let's get Potomac. Oh.
Potomac. No, we could do that. We could do that because I was going back and forth on if Potomac needed that last spot or not, and it's not really
they don't.
They need the last spot. I'm like, so a few things for Potomac. Let's talk about Mia. I don't know. That just got me really upset. That just really got me upset, y'all. Like, because it triggered me into the Karen, like, not Karen Huger, white Karen like behavior from a lot of these women on the show. And that's what I felt like Mia was doing. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Mia. Wendy calls Mia slow, and Mia decides to throw her son under the bus in order to gain sympathy from the viewers and from the rest of the group to make what Wendy said worse than what it is. We are dealing with somebody who told us they had cancer, but didn't sound like they were completely sure last year. We're also dealing with somebody who said that they gave up alcohol, but they'll still drink wine. Like, Wendy said you were slow, and she did something with her mom like that too. I can't remember what Mia did last season or maybe the season before, she did something by like exposing her mom and bringing her mom on TV and then wanting sympathy or saying somebody was trying to use it against her. Mia, how you know your son wanted everybody to know that he had learning disabilities? Like Wendy didn't do that. You did that shit in order to gain sympathy. And that's what I find utterly disgusting. And that's what I find is typical of somebody who ain't never had shit. But it's almost a bit narcissistic how you're willing to use people as pawns in order to get what you want. And I feel like that's consistent with her character, how we saw her treat her best friend on the show.
Yep.
Who, you grew up in the household with her. That's consistent with how she's went about choosing her husband. And it's even consistent with what we just seen on this last episode of you sharing information about your son that you didn't need to share in order to gain from it. So what do y'all think about this behavior?
I think it's on brand for Mia 1000%. But some part of me in my head, I was like, I don't think this may sound crazy because I feel like this applies to quite a few housewives, but I'm like, Mia is not mentally intellectual enough for this show, and y'all need to get her ass the hell off. And I supported everything that Miss Wendy was saying about her podcast, about her show or whatnot. Like, it is going to go over your head. You are not going to understand. You have proven to not understand things, and you later on go on to create some shit out of thin air when it comes to the whole term of being slow. And she definitely did that for a sympathy moment. Shout out to Karen for saying, I'm not trying to take up for Wendy, but Wendy doesn't even know about your child's situation. So, I mean, Mia, I just can't take it. I think that Wendy's right. Mia, you are slow, baby. And you take that however the hell you want to take that. Ain't nobody talking about your child, bitch. This is not no Spice, Erica Mena, girl. This is Wendy and Mia, and we is talking about you. You slow, baby.
She is. I agree. And I feel like, girl, fuck your feelings. You lied on that lady. Y'all tried to play on Wendy's husband, talking about Happy Eddie and all of that shit. He was flirting with you. Girl, don't nobody care. You slow, and whatever else is going on over there at your house ain't nobody else's issue. And we gonna keep calling you slow because your ass is slow. Just like the way you sit up there and lie in front of everybody like it's not on camera. Okay? It's on camera. We can see you. And you still sit up there and lie, even though we can play the tapes back. So yeah, you slow, ma'am. And you're not gonna make that about anybody else but you. Okay. Thank you. Good evening.
Okay. So the other thing, I really felt that when you said fuck your feelings, because I was like, yes, fuck them. For real. I can't stand it. All right. Robin tells us that she doesn't care, but she chooses to address Giselle at the table in front of the ladies. And it's just real funny because last episode before last, when she was talking to Charisse, Ashley, and Giselle, she explains, yeah, I was telling Juan the block is hot. Only to turn around this episode and tell the ladies, I don't care that the block is hot. When evidently you do. You told them 2 episodes ago that you mentioned to Juan that the block was hot and that he wasn't doing anything, atypical of what he would usually be doing. So, yeah, I think Robin is living in the same world as the girls with the boxy eyebrows, the girls who live in delusion. And the thing is, like, some women live there for a little bit. They find somebody, they get addicted to the pain, a year or 2 go by, and then eventually you can pull them out of the delusion. But I feel like Robin has been living in this self-delusion for the majority of her life, and there's no turning back. And I wish that, even though Giselle, like, a lot of people feel like Giselle's doing good by even addressing Robin, but I don't think she's doing enough, to be honest, because you would never do that with any of the other ladies on the show. The other ladies on the show, you would call the shit what it is. You would even sensationalize the shit. So I would love for her to do that with Robin and just call it what the hell it is instead of trying to be soft with Robin.
And why did Giselle owe Robin an apology when Robin said Giselle was a lie? Said Karen was a liar. Why did Karen owe you an apology? Karen didn't lie. Karen told
No, she didn't lie.
There was no reason for her to apologize. And you the one that sprayed her with the picture of the man in a Redskins jacket and all of that bullshit. You sprayed Karen before Karen ever really said anything. She was trying not to say anything about your situation. You even felt like, oh, I was waiting on Karen to say something. Why? Why, Robin?
Also couldn't stand that Giselle tried to take the heat off of her and say, well, did you see I also told Karen she needs to apologize to you? No, say it with your chest and call that lady husband out the way you do everybody else for every season of the show you ever been on.
And I'm feeling like something happened with Wine, but we're not gonna get to see it. Something between Giselle and Wine. Like he went off on her, but we not gonna see it on camera. And that's some bullshit to me because that feels like what y'all did with Michael Darby, always trying to protect somebody from the public seeing how fucked up they are. I don't like Wine, y'all. I think that the reason why Robin is such a miserable human being is because she's miserable in that relationship, but she's too in the fog and codependent and depressed and down in the fucking, in the lower get out place that everybody be in, child, in a sunken place. The bitch is in a sunken place. And that's why she is misery loves company. Because whenever somebody else's tea is being spilled, just like at the end of this episode, she was relishing in that shit that Aneka was telling her about Wendy's mom. But whenever somebody's talking about Wine, you want them to hurry up and get off the fucking subject. So I just kind of feel like Wine is over there emotionally abusing the fuck out of Robin. Even on camera, the way he be slick shading the shit out of her. She say something, he makes a face or discounts it or tells us how attractive Coach Bree is more than once. Says how much he loves his guys, but never said he loved Robin. So yeah, I feel like Robin is over there like with him basically seeing how much torture she will take from him before she leaves. That's what it feels like.
Enough. She don't care. I mean, can y'all think about how wild it is to go through an entire divorce and separation and still not leave the home? What type of healing did you go through? So at that point, he literally broke you all the way down to literally give your ass an inch, and that was enough for you to marry him.
And you know what else is crazy, y'all? I'm so glad Bondi mentioned depressed. What is giving is this story came out about Juan and the Canada girl. I think what wasn't that around the same season or right at the next season or whatever of Robin talking about she was depressed. Remember how she couldn't get out the bed and she was lazy. She had to go see a doctor. So it makes me think the whole time that she was over here being depressed, you was out here connecting and talking to somebody else. But then she want to act like now that he's completely embarrassed you, that you do not give a damn. But the whole time you keep talking about the block is hot. And then got the audacity to tell Giselle, I don't care about the block being hot. Well, bitch, we don't either then. You the one that brought it up and said, you the one that told him the block was damn hot. So I'm just tired of her faking, because even when she talked to Nneka, she said that, it has been times where it's been like a major pile on or whatever like that. But, people just want mess and this and that. And it's like, Robin, somebody needs to create the space for you to let you know that it is okay to have these feelings and to be upset and to be mad, because it's clear that you are. All right. But you are trying to disguise that by being the tough, strong Black woman or whatever the case is. Like, Nneka was disrespectful. Like, it's okay to be Black, but it's okay to be upset. Like, I can't take it. It's like you actually contradicting yourself with the little things that you say fly out your mouth. You really are contradicting yourself, and he made you look a fool. It is what it is, girl.
A damn fool. And you mad at your friend because she is sad that you letting him make this much of a fool out of you.
Yeah.
And said, I'm not going to ask him to do anything different. But you already asked him to do something different when you said the block was hot. Now you saying you're not going to ask him? That's what I'm saying.
He said it's like she told him to get out and he ignored her. That was another thing. She was mad and she told him, like, I told him to get out. And did he get out? No. That
man runs that shit. You ain't been leaving before. You ain't finna leave now. But y'all know what else it makes me think about? How he's always disregarded her. Remember they was at the storage unit and she pissed him off and he got upset, got in the car and drove off on her ass. Like, he never cares about your feelings. And what kills me softly is the fact that he had the audacity to say in scene that those boys were my guys, man. Sometimes I put people before myself. And she said, yeah, I do too. But when she said it, her sound more sad, right? Meaning she's putting him before how she feels. Whole time he's putting other people in front of how she feels. But that's your husband that you chose to stay with years after a divorce and then turn around and marry him again because you felt that you needed to prove a point to the damn viewers that C1 really is gonna marry me. Girl, good night.
And yeah, I do think that Robin likes women. I do. I think that if Robin was being honest with herself, that she would probably be happier in a relationship with some, you know, really nice white lady, you know, some very chipper yoga, you know, happy white lady. I do think that she would be happier if she were with some woman. I do. But you know, she's probably never gonna come to that conclusion for herself. She'll just continue to masturbate to lesbian porn and be angry.
Well,
That's that.
okay. One other thing that I want to discuss with y'all, and we can wrap these into two. Ashley conspiring the two Igbo Nigerian women against each other.
Oh,
and for a second, Nneka talking to Robin about Wendy's mom having a shrine and calling one person the next, and they didn't want her to come on the show. And basically, Wendy mama be casting spells on people was the way that she was trying to act. For me, I'll say this. I'm hearing that the general idea is that Ashley is moving like a white woman and on some anti-black shit. Like, it's just sick of her to try to pit these two women against each other. Yes, I agree with that. And we all know it's for the narrative of the show. We're not colorists. Look at this woman that's dark skinned and also from the same tribe as her, you know, also not liking her. We know that. But on the flip side of things, I also don't want people I want people to see what the issue is. Nneka brought her long neck ass on the show on assignment.
Not long neck.
Yes. She came on this show on assignment.
Oh.
So regardless of their cultural similarities, she still knew that she had an assignment and she wanted to be a part of the Green-Eyed Bandit sorority. So she decided to do what she had to do. And I think that people need to hold Nneka accountable. And the reason why I want to talk about this so hard is because Nneka is currently on social media acting as though she's confused about the conversation that Ashley had with Wendy. She made some tweet during the show like, what? Like, you know, I didn't know this was going down. But if we remove the fact that you didn't know it was going down, let's talk about the way you discussed Wendy to Robin. Like, how dumb. Like, I feel like it's Black people code one-on-one. We ain't never gonna talk about another Black person in a negative way in white spaces. We wouldn't do that. So for you to have discussions with Robin, who's ignorant to your culture and could misconstrue what you're saying, why the fuck would you do that? You know, you came on this show on assignment. So I think that the bigger issue is, well, I'm not going to say bigger issue. It's two issues. Number one, yes, there is colorism on the show. Regardless, we got to keep our eyes open. Number two, I also think that there's a hierarchy or, you know, seniority on the show that cannot be beat until you dwindle these girls out. I'm not saying all of them need to leave, but what I'm saying is anybody y'all bring on the show will come on the show under assignment and do what they need to do. And that's not going to end until y'all disband the Green-Eyed Bandits. And if that means getting rid of Robin, and y'all can even get rid of Giselle for me, Ashley can carry the mess, trust and believe. Ashley, Karen, and Candace can carry the show without Giselle. Because I promise you, if none of these ladies were married, Giselle would not have shit to do on the show. So I think the issue is that Nneka came on assignment, and I want people to keep their eyes open to all the moving parts of this.
Yeah, I did feel like Ashley doing her normal shit starting. I'm just surprised that she tried to go ahead and clean it up sooner than what she ever tries to damn do. So she definitely was full of it. But Necca, why the hell would you? First of all, Robin, you fake as hell. What? Oh my! All this extra shit, like all that
She said,
extra
"Oh my gosh, I'm
reaction.
scared."
We didn't need all of that. But I just felt like Necca, you full of shit because a lot of what you were saying was coming from like a third party. Like you don't even know if this really what that lady said. So it is like you came on the show as an assignment, ready to have whatever issue with Wendy. I'm hoping Wendy don't give you that, but knowing Wendy, she ain't gonna back down. And I love how she was in that space with most women that didn't care for her at Ashley's thing, and she was unfazed by y'all the whole time. So we'll see. But Necca definitely is giving a little bit of full of shit. And then got the audacity to put out a PR statement. Did y'all see that?
No, what she say?
She said something about her. I gotta find it. Something about her PR. And people was like, girl, who the hell do you think you are? Like you just now, you getting on the show and you already got PR? Girl, we don't even know you.
Uh-huh. Girl, not only do we not know you, but you wore the same wig. And I mean, like, the wig had the same curl and everything. It was given half synthetic. Girl,
She took it off the nightstand.
yes, took it or put it on to one. And then every time we saw her, it was the exact same wig and the exact same bump. The bump wasn't no looser, the bump wasn't no tighter, the bump was exactly the same. And I just was like, ma'am, I know you want to perpetrate like you that girl and all of that, but you're not that girl yet. Okay. At least not on this show. Okay. And I think you playing yourself when it comes to your culture. Culturally, you playing yourself, because if you think that those white adjacent women are going to have your back in the future, ma'am, please believe they will disregard you and play the fuck out of you and come after your man like they did Wendy, because Wendy was on their side her first season too.
And
No, she was. I forgot about that.
So this what she says. She says, I have a publicist who handles all of my media and public relations. Any statements or communications attributed to me that do not come directly from my publicist or her office do not represent my views and should not be considered official. P.S. There is nothing to quote unquote clean up when you're telling the truth. And it was just like a statement that came out of nowhere, and people was just like, girl, what the hell? That's it. I don't know what she's on. She says, I thought I was going to like you. No. Maybe did somebody else put this out here? I think maybe somebody else. Yeah, somebody else put that out there. But Necca's full of shit.
I'm not feeling her. I'm upset because really you should have had more camaraderie with Wendy. Even at the end of the episode when Wendy was like, yeah, we don't know each other. I've never met her. And she was like, oh, so you're saying what I'm saying. Girl, if y'all both don't know each other, what else is there for her to say?
Oh, that was the preview for next week, right?
Yep. Yeah, for next week.
Yeah, because I almost started talking about that too. Ooh, Bonnie, that shit ran me high.
I was like, bitch.
Yep.
Because what she wanted to do. So preview for next week. The lady sit around. Ashley again admits to her miscommunicating what Necca said. Necca then thanks Ashley for being honest and almost gives her a damn cookie for stirring shit up. And then when Wendy turns around and actually responds to Ashley the way she should and was like, I really don't know her to be for her. And Necca, still finds a way to divide herself away from Wendy. It was weird as fuck. It was like, damn, in this moment, y'all literally could just not have beef at all. That's all she's saying. Y'all can hash it out. But you feel it necessary to prove to the group that you still are not in any sort of alignment with Wendy. That's what disgusts me about Ineka. She ain't gonna last long.
Not at all.
We shall see.
Get her out of here.
Okay.
And Wendy mama, are you okay?
Oh Lord, the bleach.
Are you fine, ma'am? Because you done dropped about however since we seen her, you done got that many shades lighter.
And then
when did Wendy first get on the show? 3-4 years ago. Each year, this lady done got lighter.
You can
She's gonna
see
be clear.
the lack of hyperpigmentation. Like you could see it on her chest and stuff.
The pink.
I was just like, ma'am, what about the grandbabies, ma'am? What about the grandbabies? How are the grandbabies gonna feel like they're beautiful in their skin if this is what their grandmama is doing?
Her tattoos look so dark though. So I'm like, is she getting the tattoos covered up as her skin gets lighter or what?
I don't know.
Them look like some old ass, you know, when I was a
They
thought
do
tattoos, when she left that pastor daddy.
for sure. I just feel like she won't come back on the show for me. Like, girl, like, nah, Wendy, don't have your mom on the show no more. She
Yeah,
don't need
don't
to
do
come
it. I
because
don't want
that's
to.
gonna be a conversation, baby. She does not need to come back on. I don't care what the culture is over there in Africa, what they do, how often, how normal that is. Don't bring your mama on the show.
Don't do it.
And it's no disrespect, but help your sister on her hair. But
Oh, you know, can we have a conversation with our African sisters? Listen, because let me come back on camera for a second. I love y'all for real. I love y'all for real, right? I just came back from Ghana, okay? Listen to me. I've been saying this for the longest. Don't take yourself off camera. Don't do me like
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
like I'm about to say something real fucked up. Nah, you know they be wearing them old church lady wigs. You know they be wearing them old straight out the
It was
pack
giving hump.
for church lady wigs.
Hump and slide.
The wig game is still in the early 90s for a lot of the African women, even when they live in America. And it just is, do you not see how everybody else looks? That's what I'm wondering. Do you not see what Wendy's wig looks like? Sis, I'm gonna need for you to look at Wendy's wig, and I'm gonna need for you to be like, I need Wendy's wig makeup. I need the girl that applies the wig to Wendy's head to apply it to my head if I'm gonna come on this show, because I'm not gonna have y'all talking about me. Because you know what it reminds me of? Back in the early 2000s, the church ladies would have on these very tacky, terrible wigs. Okay, they would get them from the hair store. They came in a bag. Okay, Vivica Fox might have been on the cover of the bag. Who knows? Okay, but they would take the wig, they would shake it out, and if it had the good combs in it, girl, okay, you put a nice little band on your hair to slick it back. You put the combs in, you lock your load, and you're good to go. Yeah, that was then. This is now. And now, if the texture of the hair is not on point and we don't see no scalp and that shit is not laid to your head, you look crazy.
I agree.
We want better for anybody that's on Real Housewives of Potomac as a beautiful Nigerian woman as you are by the face. Wig should reflect the face.
And just put the family on to the glam team.
You know, Wendy?
Please. She could have put a hat on if she didn't want to get her wig done. But it was giving hump and slide.
Ooh.
Hump and from the slide hell off. But I was upset about it. I said, Wendy, you wrong for this.
And it be a lot of y'all. It be a lot of y'all that bleach. And I'm just saying, because coming from over there, I was paying attention. It be a lot of y'all that bleach, and it be a lot of y'all that wear weird ass wigs. And it's just, I don't get it, because it's hot over there too. So I don't understand what's going on. But I'm gonna pray for y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anything else on Potomac?
That's what we at.
All right. It is time to get into Married to Medicine.
Like the video, people.
Yeah, that's a good segment. Let's go ahead. Do us a favor, like the video, share it with a friend so we can all be friends. Okay. Yes. Married to Medicine, y'all. I took 2 notes on this show. Y'all let me know if I missed anything. But number one, why the fuck did Sweet Tea meet up with Heavenly? Take all them tequila shots only to start talking about Dr. G and say, Quad was right about a couple things. And then start talking about her husband. That's note number 1. Number 2, we're gonna talk about Quad showing up at the bachelorette party. But let me play this little clip of Quad mocking Sweet Tea.
Oh, it is right about the truth thing. Well, what is she writing in this one? What is she writing about? What do you think, like what? You control, you know the whole thing we said, or the house we broken into. And you know that because I didn't turn on the alarm.
That girl gonna beat your ass quad, and I'm gonna be right there.
She's stupid. Yeah, it's giving rookie mistakes, sweet tea. Like and it's just so funny because Heavenly is the one who would never say a negative word, use a negative tone of voice against her husband, but she got you on that Patron and you ready to talk to the girls about your husband who they know in a previous relationship. So what y'all think about that scene?
I think she should have slid back like Heavenly wig so she didn't have this conversation because I said, baby, Heavenly for the run with this, baby. But it makes for really good TV. Really good. I didn't, I was like, why would you share this with Heavenly but not share it with Toya and them? Then I said, oh, she probably doesn't feel necessarily safe after y'all kind of came for her at the dress fitting. And she does seem like she needs somebody to talk to. And it was definitely the alcohol. But I don't know, girl. Like, this ain't it. It's not gonna last. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, this is horrible. I'm trying to figure out why that nigga had to lie to get you to change the security system. Like, what is that about? Like, to do that. What else would he lie about? To lie about that, you got a monster on your hands, and then you validating quad. You're not gonna be married for the next 5 years. I don't see that happening.
Honestly, I feel like he as much as she is thinking, oh, I found the lick, he's thinking I found the lick too. I found a young, impressionable, not so smart, you know what I'm saying?
Moldable.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She has no idea what she's about to get herself into. So yeah, I'm looking at her honestly, like I appreciate her naivete. I do. I appreciate the fact that she has no idea how goofy she looks, how unsure of herself she looks, how obvious it is. I like the fact that she isn't aware enough to not be honest. I love the fact that she has these moments where she loses her fucking cool, where she tells these hoes that she mad at them. I like the fact that she lets her feelings be whatever her feelings are, because there's a lack in that. A lot of the women on these shows, they know the game so well, they don't let real emotion show. So we never get the real entertainment. But she is entertaining like a motherfucker simply because she's allowing her true emotions to be seen, and she is honest in feeling that. So I honestly really like her and appreciate her energy, especially on this cast. But I also feel like you made a stupid young woman move by thinking that you were going to offer this man something that he wasn't already getting. Y'all always think y'all coochie gonna be different, and we keep trying to tell y'all your coochie is not different. You gonna get the same man, and you got the same man. And it's because it's not about the woman that they're with. They're not reacting like that because she's so terrible. They're reacting that way because that's who they are. Yes. So regardless, they're going to be that person. You're going to get the nice version, the less muddied up version of them at the beginning, but eventually you're going to get the exact same version that Quad got. A controlling, like asshole, insecure man that needs to find a woman who wants to be taken care of. Also, he can make her feel bad about taking care of her so he can get out of her what he would have gotten from her if he would simply be kind to her. You would get all like if he didn't make the women feel like it was such a task and he resented them for taking care of them financially, then you would be getting all of your meals and dick sucking with a smile on your face, because most of these women are raised to be this way anyway. But once you decide you're going to constantly beat them over the head with the fact that you financially provide for them, you take all the fun out of providing what they provide for you. Because now it's like, now I need to start thinking about how much I'm doing all of this shit for you. Yeah, because now you complaining about paying bills you was already paying before I got here, nigga.
Before I got here, nigga.
In the house he already had that Quad claim they refinanced.
Right. And you just said something, Bondi. Basically she got the same NIGGA. So much so that this nigga told her that you sound like Quad now.
He said that.
Yes, that's what she said. She said when she confronted him about lying about the security system, he told her, "You sound like Quad now." And I'm like, girl, and you're gonna let him convince you that you're the problem? When if she sounds like Quad, then that means that, and she's saying the same thing, then that means that you're not doing the work and hasn't done it. You're the problem, sir.
Hello. Nice to meet you. It's you. He's an asshole. He's a complete and total asshole. And I promise y'all, he's pretending all of that. Like, when they went to get the marriage license and, oh, I don't see any red flags and da-da-da-da. At the end of the day, he's pretending to be kind to her so that he can lock her in, because he knows she's one of those women that values marriage so much that once she's his wife, she's going to take the abuse simply because she doesn't want to be a failure at being a wife. And if they don't make it, she's going to be a failure at being a wife. So she's going to keep allowing all of this abuse that he's going to subject her to. And he's going to subject her to abuse. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. For you to pretend like y'all house got broken into so that you can make this lady feel bad about herself, and teach her a lesson, sir, that's extreme.
That's mental abuse.
Yes, it is. And I don't know if she really understands what she's gotten herself into. And that's why I feel like, as much as we want to say, oh, you knew, they really don't be knowing. They really have been taught to ignore what older women are telling them, thinking that the older women are just hating on them. Not realizing, no, the older women are trying to save you, ma'am, most of the time. But then I also looked at this show and the way they treated her, talking about her body, Phaedra talking about she ain't got no ass. Your girl Toya talking about she need to snatch her waist. Even Heavenly, I feel like, and Heavenly has been like my favorite thus far this season besides Sweet Tea. But you didn't tell her the real in her face. You waited until her back was turned, and then you said what you wanted to say about this being a mistake. But you really could have said that shit
That's true.
in her face at that first sit down. You could, because she was like, so what you think gonna happen once y'all get married? And she was like, we gonna figure it out. And Heavenly was just like, oh, okay. And I do feel like maybe on some level in real life, Heavenly told her. But I feel like Heavenly is one of those women that probably wouldn't tell you, because they come from that old school of, well, I ain't gonna tell you to leave your man. But I feel like now that I'm older, I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna tell your ass you should leave a nigga, because at the end of the day, I'm old enough now to see red flags. And if I say you should leave a nigga, it's probably because you should probably leave that nigga. Okay, like, I'm still in some ways male identified too. I'm fighting it all the time. Please believe me.
No, everybody is. I was thinking the other day about how literally every woman had to go through some sort of a pick-me phase in life, because that's just how girls are raised to be. And when I was watching this show, I think it was this show I was watching. I was trying to think about when I went through a pick-me phase. And the thing is, it was never like, mine wasn't severe. My daddy was in my life. It was just like, just wanting to do the things that the old ladies tell you you're supposed to do. And I went through that when me and my husband first got together as boyfriend and girlfriend. And then I was like, hold on, I gotta chill. And it just so happened, because my husband is who he is, he did not get with me because of the things that I did for him, that it was okay. And I was able to evolve and be like, okay, I don't have to attach myself to like what I can do for a man. When a lot of women, they go through the pick me phase, but depending on the man who they are with, if that's the only reason why they with you, you are ultimately trapped to that. Like, that's what the majority of the time is. And I really wonder what it will be like for Sweet Tea, because I mean, the thing is, sometimes women are like, hold on, I'm not gonna do this shit no more. I don't have to do it no more. Well, that could be a problem. And that be either a detrimental marriage for life, or it be a divorce. And then you eventually discover yourself on your own. So it's interesting thinking about how all women kind of go through that.
Absolutely. And to me, my version of a pick me was, I want to make everything easy for you. I'm gonna
Yes.
be the guy's girl type of girl, especially because I grew up having men as friends. So I don't care about you looking at other women. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of came from the mindset of make it easiest. Just make it easy. Whatever it is, just make it easy. That was a mistake.
And that's usually what it's taught. Like,
Yeah.
cook this for a way to a man heart through food. You cooking, what you doing things to try to like let me help you. That's what it is. Not necessarily like let me wear this so he can like this.
No,
It didn't
I'm
manifest in me that way, but I get what you're saying.
yeah, I'm gonna create this very comfortable space for you. I'm gonna be your peace. I'm not going to like, especially over the years. Like once you complain about one thing a few times, I'm a corrector. So, how I talk to you when we get into it, like Lyric receives some of the most soft talking ass shit ever. And do you know what I realized? It don't matter how you say it, they still don't want to hear it. So say it however the fuck you won't say
Yeah.
it. Because it don't matter how nice I said it. You still didn't want to hear it, and I still got the same response from you. So now I might as well just say it however the hell I feel like it and not be walking on no goddamn eggshells. And also I realized that doing everything only makes people allow you to do everything. So it's way better to be difficult. The girls that y'all be so mad at Lori Harvey and all of that, and I be like, girl, keep living. Keep living and going from nigga to nigga. Like, what you staying for? Your family got money. You're well taken care of. You can enjoy these men when you enjoy them. And when they start working on your nerves, trade them in for another one until you find one you want to keep around for longer. What the fuck is wrong with that?
A lot of them do it.
Listen, I don't see the problem. You know what I mean? I feel like, women should be difficult than they actually are, and the women that are difficult, I feel like y'all need to figure out why you're being difficult. Because to me, when you're being difficult so that you don't get taken advantage of, and so that you keep your boundaries in place, and so that you make these niggas work for it, because that's the way they mind works. They need to work for it. You can't just give them shit. They're gonna take advantage. They're not gonna value it. They have to work for it, and they have to keep working for it. Even when you married to them, you can't just be giving everything up easily. You have got to keep them in the mindset of, hey niggas, hey.
Robin should have learned this before she sat up there and married him, especially when she started making money on this show. But that's Potomac.
I think that's probably what I was thinking about. And that's the issue. See, that's the thing that be detrimental. Because that's the scary thing about getting into a relationship really young. You don't get the opportunity to grow out of the pick-me phase. And if you do while you're in a relationship, it could be while you're already married or you already have kids and you feel trapped for the rest of your life to what you committed to when you were 17. I.e. Tisha from Love and Marriage Huntsville. We got Robin. Who else? Bell Collective, Letitia, her and Glenn. It's like you feel the need to be who you were back then, and if you ever try to evolve from that, that's a mess, and then you're trapped.
Yes. And it's a terrible feeling. That's why I say therapy is so helpful. I don't care what nobody say, because it took a lot of therapy sessions. Like it took a lot of my therapists telling me the same shit over and over again for it to sink in, which is why I feel like, at some point as a content creator, when we have these conversations, you realize you're saying the same fucking thing over and over and over again. But for some people, one day it'll click. You got to just keep saying the same shit over and over again, because the lesson is the lesson and everybody got to learn it. So you're going to hear it however many times you need to hear it in order for it to click with your ass. But these niggas is out here, you got to be careful, man. You got to be
kind of like how we always telling women that they need to be more we talked about this a lot on the show, like how women need to not really like themselves down to one guy when you're younger. Like you should date around. And I think like a lot of times women are taught how to be helpful, like what we expressed, but what's void is how to choose the right man. So where whenever you do evolve, he can allow you the space to do that, and you have the room to do that. And that's what's void. So yeah, I hope the younger girls are listening. The younger ones that watch.
You got to pick a man that has heart for you, but also for other people. One of the things a lot of y'all don't pay attention to because y'all live in this space of always being so scared that some nigga is gonna cheat on you. It might be a fine line, but your dude should be kind to other people and other women. Like he should open doors for other people. He should be courteous. He should be kind to other people, even when there's nothing in it for him. When y'all notice them niggas that don't want to help nobody, they got like, weird ass attitudes when y'all around their family, all of that type of shit, or when they around yours, those men are trying to show you that they're not really good people and they're only being a good person to you because they're fucking you. That's a red flag. So if you're trying to be with somebody that's going to actually be a good person to you, you have to pay attention to the way they treat the other people in their lives. You have to pay attention to how they act when you're not around, who their friends are, what them niggas is talking about. Okay. Because a lot of the times, every dude likes to act like they the good dude in their friend group when at the end of the day, all y'all niggas is friends for a reason. You feel me? So
Yeah.
you really have to pay attention to the person that you're really trying to set your sights on and all of that. Please pay attention to how they are with other people, how they are with strangers, if they humbuggish, all of those things, because all of that energy will get turned back around on you. Y'all think all that shit sexy and all of that when these niggas be acting irate and getting all out of character and all of that. Oh, he trying to be protective of me. No, bitch, he's crazy. And when he get mad at you, you gonna get that energy too. Understand that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Quad at the bachelorette party. Um, the way I felt about it is, yeah, I'm like, it's nice of Quad to walk in there with the Joe Malone and the Victoria's Secret. That's cute or whatever. But it was a flex, like what I think Bonnie or Jamie said it last week. Quad is feeling like this is my show. Like I'm gonna be nice to you. Let me extend this, and I'm gonna be here for my check. Is what it felt like. It kind of had me wondering if they even wanted her to return to the show. And Phaedra was like, "No, we're gonna get you on the show." That's kind of what it felt like to me.
Well, she was dealing with her contract issue. She signed on late.
I heard about that. I heard, and I feel like that's what was going on. Like she really wasn't supposed to be there filming, and Phaedra was like, "No, we're gonna get you on the show." That's how I feel. Now people, okay. I was trying to give Sweet Tea benefit of the doubt when everybody was saying that she watched the show. But this week, when she was just, being very nice to Quad, very sweet to Quad, like they was girlfriends, it kind of felt like she knew of Quad very well. And to be real, like if you were gonna marry somebody whose ex-wife was on a reality TV show, wouldn't you do your research? I mean, we like the FBI agents. You know everything about this lady. You probably knew what her house looked like before you stepped in his house. I truly believe that's what happened. And it was just weird to me how Toya was like, "No, I'm throwing this shit for you. I don't want Quiet here." And then all of a sudden, after Sweet Tea was like, "Come sit next to me," she's like, "Oh, I think it would be best that you don't be here." What y'all think about that? Did y'all think that Quad should have been there?
Probably not. I mean, I didn't mind it for real. I enjoyed it. Y'all been sitting up there talking about this lady for the past few episodes. Like, she gonna pop up at some goddamn point. So I thought it was great TV for Phaedra to bring her ass in there. But I went mad at Toya for telling her to get her ass out. And I'm like, Toya not wrong. Like, it was giving weird. I do feel like Sweet Tea, her response, I think she did want Quad to stay. I feel like she only told Toya that she had, or told Quad she had to leave, because it seemed like she was kind of trying to please Toya. And because since she's new to this group, she didn't want to come off as a hypocrite. Like I just told y'all, don't even bring her up last week. And then now all of a sudden I'm being fake as hell, talking some sit next to me. So I feel like that's why she kicked her out. But as far as like Quad coming, I ain't mind it. I was like, let's start some shit.
Shout out to Toya though for holding her accountable. Like, hold on, where did this come from?
I'm gonna tell you, the only reason I didn't care for Toya in this moment is because at the end of the fucking day, this is about you not liking Quad. This ain't got shit to do with Sweet Tea. This ain't got shit to do with Sweet Tea. This is more so about the fact that you can't stand Quad and you want to ice Quad off the show. So you was upset that she was brought to an event that was your event. And I think you just took the approach of defending Sweet Tea, but I don't think you give a shit about Sweet Tea. Not really. You don't care about that girl feelings because you damn sure didn't mind hurting them your damn self. Okay. You don't mind when everybody's in the room laughing and making fun of her. So I don't think you really care about her feelings. I just think you wanted a moment to be able to kick Quad out of somewhere because you can't stand her so much. And that was
I
the
think
reason
that's
why
true.
I was feeling Toya.
I think that's true. I don't think she was hiding that either. I don't think Toya was hiding that, like, bitch, I don't want you here. Like, why are you here? I think she was being very clear about that. But Sweet Tea talking about, because see, what happened was Quad said, well, Sweet Tea, do you want me here? That's how the ball got put in the court of Sweet Tea. But Toya was definitely moving on. Bitch, I do not like you, ho. You need to go. She was,
and I don't think she hid the fact,
but she was saying it because, it was because of Sweet Tea. It'd be different if she was like, I don't want you here because I don't like you. That's not what she said, is it? I thought she was just.
That's kind of how it felt to me.
Yeah, that's the energy she was giving. Like, she was like, I'm about to throw up in my mouth.
It felt like that to me because by her telling Sweet Tea, this ain't your shit, this my shit that I'm throwing for you. That was all I needed to know. All of that equal, I don't give a fuck about you. This my shit. And for two, I don't want her here, so she not gonna be here. That was wild to me. But it's basically what she was saying. I felt like she said it with her chest that she don't really care about Sweet Tea like that.
She absolutely said all of it with her chest. She was screaming to the top of her goddamn lungs. But I just kind of like it. Just me personally, I'm not a fan of women getting like all upset just for the mere presence of another woman. Like to me, I don't like. I don't like to show that type of anger because a bitch walked in the room. Y'all know y'all all taping on the same show. Stop playing, Toya. Stop playing. You know that girl on the show.
I'm telling you, I don't think Quad was not taping yet. I think that's another reason why Toya was so mad.
That's what
she was not supposed to be there. Phaedra was like, no, we are getting you on this show. I think the intent was to go the season without Quad ever being on the show.
But you can't bring, okay, so I have a few things. So one, I do agree with you, Necey, that Quad was not solidified yet, and Toya understood that, and she knew what Phaedra was trying to do. So she was like, no, bitch, get her the hell up off the show. Dang, I forgot what my other thought was. I definitely believe that. I forgot. It'll come back to me.
Damn.
On my second thought with that. She definitely wanted her ass like, bitch, you gotta go. Like, nah, I see what y'all trying to do. She has got to get the hell on. I don't want her ass here.
I don't like, I just didn't like the being so bothered. And to be honest, I didn't like the way she always sunning Sweet Tea. Like she always talking to her like she a child. And, if you want to be treated like a child, that's fine. But I would have told her, hey, I understand that you throwing this and all of that, but I don't know who the fuck you talking to. Like, if I want to talk,
that's what she should have said.
I'm gonna talk to this lady, and you can calm all the way the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? She's here now. She brought a gift. I'll have the moment with her, because at the end of the day, that's what you came on this show to do, right? To have the moment. So have the fucking moment.
And that's interesting because I wonder the conversations that Sweet Tea and Greg have about Quad for him to just comfortably say, oh, you sound like Quad. So I'm also wondering what else was going through her mind at that moment. Was it only just Toya and her not wanting to be a hypocrite? Or was she concerned about how it would look with Gregory, knowing that she just complained to him about, oh, they kept bringing up Quad, and then next thing you know, Quad done popped up and you over here being friendly with her?
I think that's definitely a possibility that she might have felt like, oh, he might be upset. He might, and you could tell he's been punishing her. Like, you could tell she's been being punished up around that house. So I feel like she probably was a little worried that maybe he would overreact to the situation and then she would have to pay for that at home. But I think she wanted to get some information from Quad. I think she wanted to like basically, like, what should I do with this nigga? Like, bitch, I had to divorce him. I don't know.
She did. I think she did want to talk to Quad for real. She said, come sit next to me.
I think
sis, let's talk.
I think so.
That's crazy. I ain't like how she blew up on her sister because her sister was just checking on her. But Phaedra was the one pulling on her. So it's like your sister just trying to talk to you. Phaedra pulling on you. I
Well,
mean,
her
when
sister
you
came
that
and took
upset.
the phone out her hand, and that was when her
Oh,
sister was trying to take the phone out of her hand.
oh,
She
okay,
was
that's
mad
what it
about
was.
the $14,000. To me, it gave we ain't got no fucking
We ain't got a little
$14,000
bit
in.
of the money. That's what it was giving. We ain't got a little bit of the money.
I
Girl.
was like, not
Ooh,
you,
and it's Johnny, and it's Johnny, right? The one that tried to sue.
the
Yes.
assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, girl, I would question if he was lying
Mm-hmm.
and trying to get more money out of her. Like, I would question all of that. Why would you even work with him? People need to pay attention to the Yelp reviews.
Did you hear
Mm-hmm.
Quad say she offered to pay it?
Yes,
Yes. And she said she didn't want to shame
Greg.
Gregory. And see, that's why I felt like it was some valid point to what okay. You see Miss Sweet Tea over here going crazy about the whole 13 to 14K because she really not trying to come back to Gregory with that. Then Quad talks about the doggone house situation and how it was refinanced. Then she said she
Yeah.
could have paid for all, the rest of the wedding. I'm like, girl, they don't got it like that. Gregory
Mm-mm.
got you thinking that y'all got it like that because he's paying all of the bills that he was already paying before your ass got there.
Mhm.
Okay, so basically he's about to hook, line, and sinker your stupid ass, especially the way he set his dumb ass up there and invited a stripper to y'all wedding. Girl, when I tell you y'all finna have a time in this marriage, and that's the only reason why I would want to see you on the show next season.
Mm.
To see the
Yeah, I would
dynamic,
want to see her on the
he finna
show
wear
for
you
sure.
out.
I think what Bonnie was saying about her being authentic is what I like. When she first came, I was like, she kind of lame. Like, I don't know about it. Like, I just couldn't get with it. But honestly, I think that she's being authentic. I
And
still
I think
stand by
she
what I
is.
said, but I think she's being authentic, and I think that that's needed on the show.
I would agree. I would agree. I think she is being authentic. I
Huh.
think she
Uh,
is.
girl,
It's a little difficult because she's young and all of the women are super more, they way more
oh,
mature than her. So she's having to navigate this circle. Like,
conversation that
we gonna see.
that conversation that Jackie and Simone happened at the beginning of the fucking episode, talking about how she needs to become a grown woman very quickly, because she's complaining about having to work, plan a wedding, and cater to all of Gregory's needs. And
Mhm.
I was just kind of like, y'all always want to hoard advice that y'all really should be giving these young women when they come to y'all. Instead, you want to be like, well, I had to figure it out on my own, so you figure it out on your own. And I just think that's so
Yeah.
immature and fucking petty and so
Mhm.
weird for y'all to have that energy with her. And then Simone talking about how, this generation is entitled. This generation, they just think everything's supposed to come so easy. Man, while you over there paying all of the bills for your 24-year-old fucking son, you want to talk about entitlement? You're making it that way. You're
I
making
forgot
it
about
that way.
that.
Yeah.
And then
My thing was calling her spoiled. It's like, bitch, is she spoiled or is she like we? Because I think they try to say our generation was spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
We just not finna
They
do all
did.
that bullshit that y'all was over there doing. That ain't
Okay.
spoiled.
be slaves.
Because they be the ones ignoring their mental health.
Okay.
That's a
Let
whole
me
nother thing. If I gotta
ground.
pay for a damn Instacart membership and have somebody pick up my groceries by the time I pull in the driveway off of work, that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Okay. Like, I'm not about to have a harder life just because you had a harder life in the fucking 80s and the 90s, bitch. It's 2023. They making everybody life easier, not just ours. Your life is easier too. You don't have to do as much shit as your mama and them had to do at their age neither. I ain't seen y'all out there grazing a goddamn field to pick no tomato plants or nothing like that. Like, it's just annoying for them to take that vantage points,
Mhm.
and then when you really look at it, they're miserable. Simone and Cecil, Jackie and Curtis are fucking miserable. They're there just because they don't want to leave, because they don't want to divorce, because they don't want to go through the hoopla. But especially Cecil and Simone, that passive aggressive dinner that they had where she talked about they not even on the same team, they not on the same side, and he always looked drunk with red eyes and shit down there in his little basement. Yeah, it is absolutely given
Dang.
that you are resentful because Simone made you stop having your little friendship with that lady. You're not really making no money like that. So you using up all of her money, and then you babying and coddling y'all fucking sons because you wish somebody had coddled you. So now y'all are coddling y'all sons and complaining about how they're not doing shit with themselves. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and Jackie and Curtis. Curtis is out the goddamn country, but now at least his stupid ass is taking separate flights and not walking through the airport holding a bitch hand.
I feel like Jackie and Curtis probably got an understanding at this point.
I hope so.
I
Oh,
think
you think
they might.
so?
Yeah, I do. I think they might have an understanding, and more than anything, don't make her look stupid. You
Wait,
know, I think that what he might want, Jackie's not at that same place to give him that all the time or whatever. So I don't know. I think she get him them passes or whatnot. That's just my assumption.
I think so too. I
Mm,
think she giving passes. As I just
mm.
I just say he's just being smart and not being
Mm-hmm.
at the airport holding hands with bitches like he was before. But
I
Talking
it
mean,
about you
that
gonna
is
get
what the
me in
older people
trouble,
do.
sir.
it is what the older people do. That's why I don't know
They
why
do.
everybody's so upset with Will and Jada. Like this is what the folks do, baby.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
Mm, okay. Well, what else? I think that's it for Married to Medicine.
is that?
Mm,
That's it.
I think
That's
that may
it.
be it.
that's
It
all.
was a good. That's it.
Oh,
Cause some folks, that's it, just being that's it. Yeah, damn. It was a good. That's it.
Yeah, that was the best show that came on this week, honestly.
I think so.
I wish we saw a little bit more of Quad though.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's
But
coming next episode. I think. Yeah, I think it's coming next
I
episode.
want to know what takes the turn of her and Sweetie falling out though, because she was talking a lot of shit on Instagram.
Who?
Quad.
Okay, so two things. One, I want to know what the hell happened for Heavenly Ass not to be on that wedding list. But two, when it
I,
comes to what Quad was saying on that live, for me, I went back and watched the whole thing, and I felt like she wasn't necessarily taking shots at this young lady. I felt like the shots to me were more so towards Dr. G, because I think that she feels vindicated. Well, I just feel like Dr. G probably had Quad thinking she wasn't gonna be shit after they got a divorce. And
Mm-hmm.
now here it is, she's still out here standing, and you are returning to the very show. You know what I'm saying? That you probably that you had to leave or whatever the case is. So I think it was a lot of the shots that she threw was more so towards Dr. G than it was towards Miss T.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
she don't. I feel like she's still getting to know T, but with
She did
him,
say she
she
was helping her
knows
out.
him. Yeah, she knows him. She knows the shit he be on. So I just thought she was, throwing shots at him.
oh, and let me tell you, the reason why Heavenly got turned around is because that friend that was sitting there during the party, the one
Mhm.
that just sat there quiet and listened the
Jasmine.
whole time,
The
Jasmine.
maid of honor.
Yeah, she told Sweet Tea everything that was being said when she was in that bathroom. And Heavenly
Mm.
was the main one talking about how they don't need to get married, they forcing it, all of that shit. So I think that once she told Sweet Tea was like, okay, well, since this wedding don't need to happen, she don't need to be there, and took her ass off the list and didn't tell her.
Yes, I could see that.
I'm
That's
here for the
why they
shit.
kept putting the camera on the maid of honor. Because I said, "Who is this girl?" They keep putting the camera on her while Heavenly is talking. It's
Like,
gonna
She was
clue in
soaking
to Miss
all
B.
that in. She was
Yeah.
like, mental note, what did she say? So I can go run and report it.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
see, this is the thing. When they reboot Housewives of Atlanta, y'all gonna have to do this. Like, we gonna need some real friends on the show. That's why
Yeah.
Potomac is slowly falling off, because we're starting to see that some cast members are not filming with the other, and they're not friends like they used to be. So, Potomac used to be that girl, but she's slowly falling off, in my opinion, so far. But when I watch, and I know a lot of people don't watch Basketball Wives like Orlando, what makes them better than LA is everybody is intertwined in some type of way. When you watch this Married to Medicine, they have been friends for a long time. They're bringing in a new cast member, which is T, that is still connected in some sense because of Dr. G. And then now they had to add Quad in, so that just adds more layers of connection that's going to make people want to watch. And then Phaedra, yeah, I know a lot of people like, why Phaedra there? Girl, she brought Quad in. She's gonna be a bit of entertainment. Heavenly says that she loves her. They didn't need her, but they welcomed her, and she loves her. So it is what it is. And she's also a familiar face in the Bravo, world. So I'm like, that's what y'all need to work on. Okay, get some real friendships over there at RHOA, so we can see some
Mm-hmm.
real dynamics of stuff. Because that other stuff just be like fluff and fake. So y'all need to get that together. And Potomac is about to go down the same road, and y'all got like the same
Absolutely.
production team. Like, I don't know what y'all need to do. Maybe I need to get the folks over here at Married to Medicine to come help out or something. I don't
They
know.
need to hire
It's
us
just
as
a shame.
consults. They just needed us in the
Like,
casting room. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I
Stop
mean,
hiring people that say they friends or they know somebody. Hey, Courtney. Hey,
Who?
Mika.
Oh,
NECA. Y'all
in
know these folks,
NECA.
but don't know them
mm.
just to get on. No, ma'am. I just wanted to say that.
No, I feel you. It needed to be said. But speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all, it's time to get into gossip chat. Okay, by now, y'all, I hope that y'all have done two things. I hope that y'all have shared the video with a friend, and I hope that you have liked the video because y'all have been here almost 3 hours. And I know y'all probably, man, y'all green's probably real tender about now. Ooh, y'all is, we didn't kept y'all entertained. So I hope y'all did what y'all supposed to do. First thing we're gonna talk about is the Cassie and Diddy update. I don't have a picture of that, but the Cassie and Diddy update, y'all. They finally settle. Cassie and Diddy settle, and people are discussing, I guess, the timeliness of how fast she settled. And I was just like, are y'all serious? Because it was just so crazy when this all happened last week when we talked, y'all. Um, it was actively going on. It had been a little more than 24 hours. And then literally the next day they settled. I don't think that changes anything. I definitely think he probably still did the stuff that she said he did. I mean, there's videos of people talking about things that sound eerily similar to what was outlined in the case. So what do y'all think about the timeliness of the settlement?
I thought it was hella fast, and I thought that he didn't want additional details to come out more than what they are. You know what I'm saying? Because earlier that day, on that Friday, what I learned was that he was supposed to have an event here on that this past Sunday. They canceled it as soon as her documentation came out on that Thursday. I guess the event he was supposed to have got canceled, and ain't no telling what else got canceled behind the scenes. And just seeing some things come across his desk, he probably was like, okay, we need to go ahead and get this like settled and resolved. I did feel a way because I was hoping this would open the floodgates for more people to come out and speak against him. I respect
Yeah.
whatever decision. A lot of people need to understand that it is a civil suit. It was always going to be about money because the statute of limitations to charge him criminally has already passed in New York. So, for her to get her coin, I'm like, she was going to get that anyway. So do you want to give it to her now before this goes to trial and more details come out and then your entire team is exposed because she's suing all of your companies as well as you? Or do you want to go ahead and get this resolved right now? Now, I will say this. I wish she would have waited at least a few days, waited out until maybe Monday or something, Tuesday, only because I feel like, damn, man, you suffered for a long time. You suffered for a long time for 10 years. And I feel like his ass can go a little longer with suffering without you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me think about it. I see what your offer is, but I need time to think. Even if you knew you would take the deal, I feel like make him suffer. Because I too believe, I'm sorry, that what happened to her is true. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but that's just what I believe. The things in her documentation was just too detailed from years ago. From years ago. I was like, I don't know. It don't seem like she lying about this right here now.
I believe her as well. I've been telling y'all for the longest that Diddy is following in the footsteps of the old boy Hugh Hefner. I noticed once I saw Hugh Hefner's documentary, they did a whole, documentary or whatever. Once I saw the way he created this like insulated fortress for other celebrity men to come to and do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, it made me think about parties and how often people have lawsuits filed on them from being at Diddy's parties. So that's the first thing that kind of ran through my mind. And then I started thinking about the stories I had heard about him and Andre Harrell, the stuff that I had heard about, him with Usher. Like, it just, over the years, there have been stories out that basically culminated how I felt about Diddy. So this to me was just kind of like, well, duh. Like we was waiting on them girls to
Yeah.
come out and say something. I mean, Kim Porter looks so damn like emaciated and not herself in her later years that it absolutely gave energy vampire energy sucking life from those women with whatever's going on so that he can retain youth. Like that's what it felt like to me. And then to see that that's exactly what he was doing with Cassie, like having her have sex with other men, looking for big black dicks and all of that. Yeah, it is definite. And then also I feel like he likes men, and we've always known that. And to me, the way he is relating to Cassie, having sex with other men, it's almost like he imagines himself being her as she's having sex with these men.
Mm.
That makes it even more like fucked up because it makes you realize that he's jealous of her. I think he probably was always jealous. She said at one point, he said he liked her because she looks so average. Everybody knows that Cassie is nobody's average beauty. Not average beauty. She's extremely beautiful, which is the only reason why she was famous. Because her voice wasn't hitting on shit, to be very clear, especially for the girls that were popping during that time.
Right.
Your singers are singing during this time. So yeah, I just kind of feel like ultimately he did whatever the girl said. I'm surprised that they settled so quickly, but I'm not upset about it because ultimately I feel like the story is still out there and this is still going to help other people if they do want to come forward. Cassie's saying what happened to her, and we've already read what happened, like to some extent. That's not going to change just because he's decided to give her some money. So if you heard the details, that's what happened. What else do you need to know that Diddy is somebody that people need to stay away from? And then if there are people that have real evidence on him and it's not, past the statute of limitations, then say something, Carisha.
Okay, let me read these super chats and then I want to update another piece because it's still unfolding. Even though Cassie settled, everything's still unfolding. I can't remember if I read this from Kenya. Even if Diddy prematurely exposed him, i.e. Usher, to see acts that's still predatory. Brianna says Curtis, i.e. Married to Medicine, seems like he needs more sexual attention and Jackie is asexual. Love the conversations and keep up the amazing work, ladies. Thank you. And then HFG, thank you for the super sticker. Okay, so today everything continues. Let me read this clip from AOL. So there was a lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court on Tuesday. They accused Harvey Pierre, a former president of Bad Boy Entertainment and Bad Boy Records, of engaging in a year-long pattern of grooming the unnamed assistant, leading to harassment of plaintiff and sexual assault. So this occurred between 2016 and 2017 in New York and multiple other locations throughout the country. He ended up leaving the company in 2017. He didn't respond to requests for comment, but a spokesperson did come out and said that the company was aware of the lawsuit. What they ended up quoting was the allegations are from many years ago that were never brought to the attention of the company, the spokesperson said. Neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating the allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees. So this is the important part right here that I wanted to call out, because with that, if you've been on Instagram, Jasmine Brand 3 hours ago just kind of did a roll call of all the men who have now been facing sexual assault allegations within like the past 3 days. So that's Diddy, Bill Cosby, another one, and Jamie Foxx. So if you want to know why all this is coming to a head right now, all of these suits more than likely are being, placed through the New York Adult Survivors Act. So this act right here allows survivors of alleged sexual abuse 1 year window to sue, even if the original statute of limitations has passed. However, this law is set to expire after Thanksgiving. So anybody who may have done anything, allegedly, whether they did it or not, they probably was shaking in their boots because people have until tomorrow to claim. So with that being said, this has cleared the way for more than 2,500 lawsuits. So some people who were named that I didn't mention was Donald Trump, Russell Brand, of course, Diddy, L.A. Reid. He's been named too. So they have until after Thanksgiving. This is basically a free pass to come forward and tell the people what you know. So I think it's just so weird because we were talking about the psychic Sloan. I can't remember her full name. I know it's Sloan, but she went viral last week and she mentioned how Kim Porter's death is going to lead for something to come forward. And it may not be a direct justice for what happened to her, but more things are going to unravel. And she said November of 2023. And I think that this is what we're starting to see. Like more things are unraveling, especially with this act. Now, on the flip side of that, Trey Songz had a case that was actually dropped. And people are just, confused about that. So, y'all's thoughts, if any, on a couple of the people that I named: Bill Cosby, L.A. Reid, Jamie Foxx, Diddy, the Harvey Pierre who worked for Bad Boy, who no longer works there no more. What do y'all think about people getting the opportunity to speak, without the statute of limitations?
Yeah, Trey Songz was thrown out because of the statute of limitations. The judge said that the girl waited too late. That's why I was thrown out. But I say get y'all money. I mean, if these people have violated you, you know what I'm saying? And you have the proof, get y'all money. Now, I do know that there's this other guy that is being sued. He is a former NFL star, Marcellus Wiley. He is being accused of RAPing his friend back in 1994. So I'm wondering, if I think they filed in New York as well. While he was attending Columbia University, so I believe that they filed in New York as well. I do have a question about some of the cases that are old that may involve the R. I'm wondering if it goes to trial, do they have any documentation or anything that they could provide that's gonna help their case out or what? You know what I'm saying? Because it happened in 94. So I'm wondering, will so let's say they went and got a rape kit. Will they still hold that stuff so that this person can, use that as proof all these years later? Is what I'm wondering. Got any tests? If anything is still available and if that hurts their case. The only other thing they can rely on is hoping that this person will just bow out and settle, or not go to trial. I wonder how that's gonna play out. But if you were indeed, violated, I'm not against nobody getting their money, but I do feel like out of all these cases, somebody going to trial. I don't know why. I feel like somebody out of all of these, everybody not gonna have it, and somebody's gonna have to go to trial. And it's just a question of who's gonna go to trial. Now, I'm wondering if Mr. Harvey or Harv or whatever with P. Diddy, the former manager or whatever he was, I'm wondering if he got the coin. And if he don't got the coin, what's gonna happen with you? If you go,
are they gonna turn around and sue Bad Boy?
Boom. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Bad Boy came out and said they didn't know.
Boom. Or is you gonna ask Diddy to loan you some coin or something after he just paid Cassie to go ahead and shut the doors on this one too?
Yikes. Oh Lord. I don't know the specifics of the Jamie Foxx situation. Like I know he put his fingers up some girl's cooch. I don't know.
Yeah, allegedly they say he did that and groped her breast. Allegedly.
I'm sorry.
In 2018, I think is what they said.
I'm inclined to believe a lot of it. Like, unless y'all gonna prove to me that y'all didn't do it, I'm honestly more inclined to believe that y'all do this. That y'all, anybody that's being called out, I'm more inclined to believe that you did it because y'all be doing this shit so much. And the environment, and the reason why I feel like that is not because I think any specific person is just so bad. It's because the environment allows for y'all to do it. A lot of y'all don't even care to take social cues and find out if these girls actually want your advances or not, because you feel like you're a celebrity. So girls are always on you. So if you want somebody, you just start touching and taking. And a lot of girls would be cool with that because they want that attention from you. But there are some that are not going to want that attention because they don't fucking know you. Regardless of whether you're famous or not, you walking up to a lady and putting your fingers in her cooch is not okay. So I feel like, of course, let the courts, let the police, let everybody do what they supposed to do in these situations to seek justice. But the way people assault and grab cooch and all of that type of shit, the way y'all take liberties with women's bodies, I'm kind of more inclined to believe that y'all did the shit.
Mm.
I do fear for her if she is black because
For the
Jamie Foxx
assistant.
woman.
No,
Oh,
the,
The
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
the Jamie
Oh.
Foxx woman, because if she comes out and she's black,
she is.
one, they ain't gonna believe her, and then two, they gonna feel like, oh, he dated white women anyway, so he couldn't have did that to you.
In the shit I read, it said that he complimented her by telling her that she looked like Gabrielle Union.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh
I'm
my.
not laughing at the situation. I gotta clarify. I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, okay, so she is black. That
Yeah, she black.
oh my gosh.
I know you wasn't telling no white girl she looked like Gabrielle Union.
Right. Ooh, child, can't.
And the way, if y'all watch some of Jamie's old comedy shows and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the subject matter is problematic, and it makes me feel like, yeah, you niggas absolutely be thinking and talking like this when y'all do y'all shows. So is it really out of the norm for us to believe that y'all would handle women this way?
I think we have to, at least I think, listen, the Me Too movement came around when, like, a few years ago.
Yeah.
That's when people start being more serious about, essaying and what you can and cannot do and stuff. So I feel like, as I'm looking at this and this rolling out, a lot of people ain't off limits in this entertainment industry, especially. So it's chances are high that they may have, committed some acts because, it was so common
The
for it to
environment.
happen. Yeah, back then. Even if you didn't like the things that happened to you, it was the norm.
Yeah.
As they made it back then. And then Me Too slowly arrived, and then now it's like, you can't, no, we're not playing that. So
Yikes.
that's why I'm like, it's gonna be interesting to see who settles in comparison to who actually goes to trial. And who
Yeah,
just
we're
get
gonna have to.
dismissed overall with no settlement.
Yeah, or like somebody in the comments was saying earlier, the dismissal is a part of the settlement. Um, yeah, yeah. I guess we just gonna have to stay tuned because more is gonna come out, and I promise you, we probably just hadn't heard of more people that filed today. So come Black Friday or Monday, we're gonna hear of way more names because they had until tomorrow to file. So just wait. It's a couple of them that's probably still processing on the desk right now.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So
Yeah.
oh, sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, I think you're right. We'll hear it probably all the way through Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It'll be an interesting weekend.
A list gonna be long like a CVS receipt.
Yep.
Oh goodness. Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is Taylor Swift. And y'all probably like, why the fuck are we talking about Taylor Swift over here? And that's because I have some comparison that I want to discuss. So on November 17th, Taylor Swift had a concert in Brazil where a 23-year-old fan of hers died. I heard that the stadium was I read that the stadium was like super packed and that it got up to allegedly 140 degrees and that there wasn't really water available to the fans at all times. Taylor Swift was actually handing out water to the people there. This fan ended up dying and her father wrote a note and he wants answers. So his note says, I want it to be determined whether they were in fact prohibited from bringing water, whether there was negligence in providing assistance. He continued, I know that the singer was handing out water to her fans, and that is absurd for an event of this size. Nothing will bring my daughter back, but I hope that if negligence is confirmed, someone will be punished so that this doesn't happen to anyone else. So Taylor Swift wrote a note addressing basically what happened. And in short words, she's saying she shook. She never imagined it would happen. She's devastated. She isn't going to be able to speak on it for a while because she's overwhelmed. She's grieving. She never thought it would happen whenever they decided to bring the tour to Brazil. That's basically what she's saying. And okay, to answer the question, why the fuck are we talking about Taylor Swift? Is because this immediately reminded me, this is almost to the date, of Travis Scott when he had his concert and it was overcrowded and many people died because of the conditions and everything wasn't properly laid out. But when that happened with him, everybody went into these conspiracy theories of how the people were sacrifices and the images on the screens, and he knew what he was doing and how he just kept the show going on. And I have not heard very much. The thing is, I see people talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift up and down my TL every single day. Yet, I only saw one article talking about this girl who died from a similar experience to the people who passed away at the Travis Porter concert, Travis Scott concert. So, what are y'all thoughts on this situation? And the other part is like, I'm gonna say this: I don't think that the artist is to blame. I think that there's a bigger issue with these companies who actually host the events. But I'm just curious to see, like, why are the people not talking about this the way they was talking about Travis Scott, and he had to go into hiding, and Kylie didn't post nothing of the baby for I don't know how long, and yada yada yada.
I think that Taylor Swift slick to me is full of shit. This whole I'm not going to be able to speak about this from the stage or whatever because I feel overwhelmed. This is giving her a white Karen tear call to the people. This white letter is giving white tears. Have sympathy for me. I would not mind seeing her ass be sued in all honesty because there is some negligence on your end because this is your concert. And I also would like to see the stadium themselves being sued as well because they were prohibiting people from bringing in water bottles, like bringing in their own water, because the goal is for you to buy up their water, right? So then I believe they had to cancel the concert because it was too hot, and then I think they rescheduled it or whatever the case, and that's when I think that girl died. So when they rescheduled it, that's when they started saying people could bring in their water and stuff. But why y'all, if you know you're having an outside concert, why not have water stations or something? I feel like when it's an outside concert, water should be free. Okay, y'all need to have water stations or something. Now if a person wants to just have a bottle of water and they want to go buy it, then you can still sell it. If a person only drinks smart water or something, maybe have that. But they are negligent, they are liable. People were fainting. This girl died, but other people were fainting. I don't know why they're not talking about it, but well, no, I do. This white woman is America's sweetheart. That's why they're not talking about it. But baby, the daddy is coming out even in the midst talking about some you grieving. Bitch, what? You grieving? No, bitch. The person who lost their child is the one that's grieving. And in the midst of his grieving, he's the one trying to identify what the hell was really going on because he finna get ready to sue the brakes off y'all. And I really hope he puts the dent in them pockets. For real, for real. And then I hope that the other people that fainted and have proof that they fainted also have a case as well, because that's just stupid to me. Y'all knew how hot it was gonna be that day, and you got the audacity to tell people that they can't bring they bottles in. You can't bring in water. And I get it because y'all probably don't want people to bring in alcohol. Well, maybe you need to have the water ran through all this technology. Maybe y'all need to scan the water like they do at the damn airports just to make sure it's not no alcohol in it. Get some type of water scanners to make sure y'all good. But water should be free if they cannot bring in their own bottles, and y'all are responsible for that. And that's just on P.
Everything she said. I don't trust the white lady either. Sorry.
I'm sitting up here
Yeah,
writing this bogus ass letter. Girl, go ahead.
Even
and I was
the slant is giving AI. Like, you didn't write this. This is an AI written letter. It's supposed to look like real handwriting, but it doesn't.
Exactly.
you're
Go
right.
ahead.
You're right. I don't know.
I
But the
can't believe I'm
slant,
writing these words, but it
Slant.
is with a shattered heart. Taylor, get the fuck out of here, girl. They let you get away with so much, girl. And some of them finally caught up with your ass. I hope that daddy get y'all.
people are trying to say this is different than Astro World because of the number of casualties, and I don't think it is. I mean, first and foremost, when somebody going to a concert, there shouldn't be any casualties due to you know, you not having proper protocol. Like, I understand shit go down, humans get into it, that's one thing, but you not having proper protocol, there should not be casualties, whether it's 1 or 6 or 7. Like, so I think they're extremely similar. They are.
They are. That's one too many because, like I said, multiple people fainted. They may have gotten to those people in time, so they didn't die. Because obviously, the people that got trampled on, I guess they couldn't get to them in time. But I mean, one person died. Like, yeah, like nah, that's not cool. People going to a concert to have a great time. Ain't nobody trying to go there and die. That girl been waiting
You said
months to
Bella
go.
Noche. We come out here to have a good time.
Right. You can go to Taylor Swift concert. Where the hell can you go?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, she wrong for that.
Hazel London. Okay, cool. So the next thing that I want to discuss is y'all
Ooh,
know that thing probably about 30 minutes ago when we was in the show and Jamie said,
yeah.
okay, this is what she was talking about. This is what she was talking about. So shout out to y'all that hung around. Okay. Um, so y'all know, like, what was it, a month ago? People were speculating that Iman was cheating on Tiana, which kind of forced her to come out and say, no, he's not cheating on me. We've been separated. We're great friends. Well, fast forward, they filed for divorce. And stuff is coming out. All the headlines are basically saying Tiana Taylor reportedly filed for divorce from Iman Shumpert, alleging infidelity and mental abuse. There's another headline saying that he was jealous of her. But in this article from Complex, they share information that Tiana actually filed for divorce in 2022 and then recalled it and withdrew the divorce filing the very next day. Fast forward to now, Tiana is seeking primary physical custody of their 2 kids, as well as joint legal custody and child support. So she wants the kids to be with her full time. I guess she's saying you can still have a say so, you know, and what our decisions are, but the kids are going to be with me full time. Quote, let me read this from Complex. Tiana's 32. Yep. Tiana alleges in the documents that Shumpert was prone to treating her cruelly and displaying extreme narcissistic behavior throughout the majority of their marriage. This reportedly included the one-time NBA champion being extremely emotionally and mentally abusive towards her, exhibiting cruel treatment and selfishness, and crashing her Rolls Royce only to flee the scene, evading a second arrest for a DUI. She also claims that Iman was jealous whenever she get in the spotlight, asking her not to work, then griping that she wasn't earning money for their family.
Wow.
Tiana Taylor says she chose to intentionally dim her light for her husband to try to have a harmonious and peaceful marriage. While she downplayed the talk of infidelity in her public comments earlier this fall, to be 100% clear, quote, infidelity ain't one of the reasons for our departure. TMZ reports that cheating is very much a part of their divorce filing. So I want to know, like, why earlier this fall she felt the need to protect him and then turned around and came out with this. I trust that whatever decision Tiana is making is best for her. And I'm laughing because when I saw this man on College Hill Celebrity Edition, I knew he had to be down bad.
Plats.
It was the Platts for you.
It's the Plats. Look at it. That don't look
When
like somebody in their right mind.
it was College Hill for me. I was like, hold on, Tiana Taylor would never do College Hill. And the fact that you're doing College Hill is telling me that y'all's money is super duper separated and you're down bad, is what I was thinking.
Because she been working
her ass off.
She been creative directing all of the girls' show. Okay, Lotto is a much better performer thanks to Tiana. Amongst some
I didn't know that.
Walker, yeah, she was
Lola Brooke too.
Been helping all of the girls with their stage show. You know, just really in her Janet Jackson, Lorianne Gibson vibe. I am surprised at this one. I did not think they were going to be like this. That's so sad. You know, you try to give these niggas the benefit of the doubt, but look how they make a fool out of you every time. Come on, Amon. Really? Your Lorenz Tate in the Rain on Me video, my nigga? Like, that's sad.
Yeah, that is sad, man. Like, and Necey, this woman has always, like, she's been protecting him for a very long time. Very long, not even just like 2 months ago. I just feel like this ain't the first time she may have like spoken out on behalf of him in some type of way. But this whole narrative about him being jealous of her, hell yeah, I believe that 1000%, because he wants to be an artist and he just is just not giving for you. And I feel like when she would perform, go out there, he sees her living his damn dream, and he was jealous as hell about that. I definitely see that being a big issue. But then he signed like did he make millions in the NBA? Like, where your money at?
He
Why you ain't pour
should.
that into or maybe he did pour it into his music and it just didn't hit, it didn't land, it didn't go. I don't know.
He's
But
not like that. I don't think. I think he's like a lot of rappers a lot of basketball players that want to be rappers, and it just never works out. Like, it's not. Nobody wants to see your basketball playing ass rap, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, you know, like, once you known for playing basketball, you got to be a real good rapper, and you got to be hella consistent at that shit in order for somebody to really pay attention to you in that vein once they've gotten to know you for playing ball. But you know, all of these cheatations, now I'm wondering about that blind item. You know what I'm saying? She said she
yep.
looked at drugs. Bitch, was you lying? Because you was lying about the cheating. So I'm looking at the situation
What
now.
was the blind item bunny?
You remember when that TikToker said that there was a celebrity who found out her man was cheating on her, so she had an overdose?
Oh
Mhm.
no.
And they had to take her to the hospital, and she was like, you know, it's my liver, you know, it's not like that, and I'm gonna sue. And the girl never said Tiana, but everybody was there was Tiana.
Right.
And you know, she was friends with Chris Brown. To me, this is when you've been like protecting these niggas for so long, you started to like destroy yourself. So you got to save yourself at some point. And she's at her, I'm gonna save myself at this point phase. And you could kind of tell because the work she's doing now is probably way more like emotionally and mentally beneficial for her to watch her help other people like get their stage shit together and perform and all of that type of stuff. It just kind of makes me feel like she's really like starting to be a grown woman for real, you know. And in that, you got to stop protecting people when all they trying to do is sabotage you.
I think what she's doing for these other ladies, like helping them with their stuff, I feel like that's what he probably wanted her to do for him and show up for him in that way and help push him. But how can she push you when she's trying to push herself as an artist? But it now makes me question when she decided to kind of leave the industry. Remember, she put that out. She did the last tour, even though she did another tour after that.
Right.
It
They
makes me
heard about him.
question, did she leave? Yeah, like because she had issues, or was it
Yeah,
because
when
of
she's
him?
you talking about when she claimed she was gonna retire?
Yeah. And she
Yeah,
did
that's
that
what I was thinking.
tour. I'm like, so did he apply that pressure or was it really your label?
Now I'm about to go downstairs and watch that movie that she did because I still haven't watched that movie.
Oh, me either. I forgot about that.
Oh, I'm about to go watch that because they said that she put all her pain, and I'm like, oh, all right, I want to see your pain on this movie now that I know you was going through something, girl.
Girl, he finna be so down bad, y'all, without T. I really believe that. I
Like,
really believe he finna
He
be down
already been
bad.
down there. He looked a mess on College Hill.
yeah. And I'm starting to wonder, is the Shy the place where people go when they know they're about to get lift? Because that's where Corey Hardrick was. He
Oh,
was there, and now Iman is on the Shy. What's going on?
Oh, child. I
Y'all
don't
say I
know.
gotta get something.
They say
Y'all put me on.
Iman not broke though. I believe it if he signed a $40 million contract back in 2015 in the NBA. That's why she wants that child support, and I don't blame her. And she want custody. I just kind of feel like when I hear that, this is not gonna be a good divorce. Even
Why
though
would
she
he do
came
College
out.
Hill?
Mhm.
If you sign for 40 million, why the fuck would you do College Hill? I don't understand.
That's a good question.
I know. Hold up. So they said he signed a $40 million deal in 2015.
Yep.
That's what the people saying.
Okay, so let's think about that. Inflation, cost of living,
2 kids.
2 kids living in Los Angeles, probably living by coastal. You could
DUI.
Did he
DUI,
fulfill the contract? That's the other question.
right? Because did he get the whole
Mm.
40 million? If he got the whole 40 million, does that mean that? Because to me, that doesn't mean he still has $40 million. That means he might have $15 million at this point, maybe $10 million. And now has to figure out how to regenerate because he has bills and that accumulate a lot. Like everybody thinking as far as they little, my $6,000 a month life. No, baby. These people are paying a lot of money for their lifestyle. If you're not bringing in that money and it's just going out and ain't nothing coming in like that, you gonna feel that hit. So College Hill would absolutely make sense.
You know what else makes sense? The reason why he never came out and said nothing to Chris Brown when Chris was going off on Tiana.
Yikes.
I'm so glad you said that, Jamie. I was thinking the same thing because people was wondering, like, where the hell is mine?
Yeah. I mean, that was when they came out and said they were separated not too long after that. And I figured that's when it made sense.
Mm-mm.
But nobody's saying Iman is broke. We just saying that he may not be as comfortable as everybody thinks he is.
Yeah, you can't believe net worth. Net worth, really?
And when
Yeah, that's an accumulation of houses and cars and all this other shit.
and listen, when
Some
somebody say
businesses.
he's a champion basketball player, y'all, that don't mean nothing. If them people don't do good with their money, that don't mean nothing.
Did Delonte West, did he ever win any championships? Because he was also in the NBA. And
Yeah,
he
I
has
think
been
so.
down
He
bad as fuck.
didn't he win in 2000? What did he do? Yeah, I think he did win a couple. He be around Dallas all the time.
Mm-mm.
Championship who lost their money, okay? Championship players who lost.
Huh.
Because I feel like there's a list.
Yeah, I mean it's a ton of them. That's usually how it goes. I don't know why that's so hard to believe. What did they say? How many rings does Delonte West have? I just want to know. I don't know. I can't find it. But yeah, okay. I guess we'll just stay tuned. A lot of this stuff is still developing. Oh, somebody said no, he didn't win one. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't win.
Um, all right, we'll keep our eyes open. Our eyes open, I mean. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to discuss is what shook the internet for one day. And that's this news. Jasmine Brand exclusively reported that allegedly only 3 peach holders are set to return on the next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I guess that the casting people and producers are being really intentional about who they bring back. One, because ratings are down, and two, they're not supposed to start filming until spring 2024, which means we probably not gonna get a show until summer next year. Not summer, I mean fall. Like it'll be end of summer, probably like September when we get a show if they're not filming until spring. So we've been asking for a cast shakeup. Thoughts on who the 3 returning are or who they should be? Should it be more than 3?
It's Sheree, Candy, and Kenya. That's who it is. And the only reason I feel like that is because we know it's not Drew and Sanya. And we know it's not Marlo. Well, I feel like it's not Marlo because Marlo doesn't get along with either one of them. And I feel like whoever the other person is has to at least gel with the other 2 old school girls.
Well, I would say it could potentially be I really think Candy. I think Kenya. I don't know between Marlo and Sheree. I would lean toward Sheree, and let me tell y'all why. If they take the approach of people all being friends, that would make sense for Sheree. Even though her and Candy already got the issue, Sheree and Kenya are actual friends. Now, Marlo could still be on the show, but she might come on as a friend of and not necessarily a peach holder. So they could take the approach of what some of us have been saying of y'all need to make sure these folks are connected in some type of way. As Basketball Wives Orlando and Married to Medicine. So if y'all do that and just get some friends, get a friend of Kenya's, get a friend of Candy's, get a friend of Sheree's. I feel like that friend of Sheree's is going to be Marlo, possibly.
Yeah.
And then maybe get some other Yeah, but I don't know, y'all, because I feel like around this time we hear so many rumors, so many speculations. People think they got it all right. They know everything. Everybody has put out shit. Everybody claims to have the exclusive. So it's like it's cool to talk about, but we ain't gonna know for real until we start seeing video of these people or photos of such and such was filming with this person. How we knew NECA was gonna be on Real Housewives of Potomac. So when we start seeing that, that's when I start believing what these other media outlets are talking about.
They said Drew wasn't even at BravoCon. I didn't even know that.
Nope, she was not. But I'm wondering, could she have not been there because she was performing with Tamar somewhere? Did she have a performance?
Oh, and
And
they took Real
I don't
Housewives
think it was a
out of
requirement.
their bio.
well, that's what I was gonna talk about. I heard that they took it out of their bio, and then Drew and Sonya came out saying that they allegedly never had it in their bio.
Drew was the only one that I saw said she never had it, but Sonya definitely went back and added RHOA
Oh,
in hers.
you right. You right, Jamie. That's what happened. Sonya deleted it and then added it back once people speculated. And then Drew said she never had it in her bio. But it's funny because you remember just a month ago, Sonya was arguing with the internet because they were speaking on her not returning. And she was like, she did an interview and she said, they had me wondering, am I not returning? Because how y'all find out before me? And then that's when she talked to Bravo. They said they hadn't made no decisions yet. So my assumption is that a decision was probably made, which is why you deleted it from your bio. And then you added it back because you didn't want people speculating. And I agree with what you were saying, Jamie, about the three that's gonna return. It's of course Candy and Kenya. But that third one, Marlo or Sheree, I feel like it could go either way. I don't think it should be Marlo or Sheree, honestly. If I'm being all the way real, I think that the three that should return should be Candy, Kenya, and Drew. Because this last season, and to be real, Drew's first season, Drew is doing for the show something. If Drew did not come on this show, not shit would happen. She came on this show exposing her trash ass husband. She came on this show, moving throughout the group, ready to get into it with who she needed to get into it with. I think Drew has been great TV. She's been sharing info about her family, her son, the baby daddy's in jail. Her mama been coming on the show, her sister. If she was not on the show, would not give. So I definitely think they sleep on Drew. I think it should be Candy, Kenya, and Drew who return, and then everybody else they can start over. The only reason why I feel like they would bring Sheree back is it'd be like a pity. Like we done boomeranged you so much, let's just keep you so we don't have to boomerang you again, type of thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hope it's Drew. I would prefer to see Drew out of everybody. Drew the only one with a storyline, and you can't introduce that you're getting this divorce from this man, and we don't really get to see like what's the real details. But some part of me feels like this: Drew and Ralph could potentially be back where they were, back together, unbeknownst to us, and
That's what I was wondering. She been quiet.
Real quiet, and I feel like she could also have made a decision to not do the show no more herself to preserve whatever it is she does have of her marriage.
True.
So that's a
Would love to
possibility
give up
too.
a paycheck for a man. Hello, Portia.
Oh, okay. Can we talk about that? I made a tweet. I don't want none of y'all adding Portia's return to Real Housewives of Atlanta to your fucking Christmas list.
Please
I don't want to see Portia back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And to be honest, y'all, I don't want to see Nene on Real Housewives of Atlanta either. Nene could have left. I love Nene. Y'all know I go up for Nene. She could have left gracefully. She didn't. If she comes back, it's going to be awkward. Nobody's really going to want to film with her. She going to come back feeling herself. I think Portia going to come back feeling herself. I definitely don't want to see Portia after that fucking Portia Family Mess special she did because she showed her ass for one. And then also the way that she showed her ass on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. And when I say she did that on Ultimate Girls Trip, what I mean is she was away from Bravo and NBC for a while. She came back acting like somebody owed her something. Like in the beginning, she was talking about them giving her a room upgrade. Oh, y'all doing all this for me. Y'all doing this. Okay, Bravo. And they had to keep telling her this not Bravo. So for you to think that like she would come on the show feeling like she had superiority over the women because she was gone for so long and fans want to see her. And at this point, I can truly say, like, I'm good. And I think that the way that she lives should be the way that she leaves it. And just call it that. Be happy with your husband. Don't need Real Housewives of Atlanta. And same for Nene. The way that you live should be the way that you leave it. Everybody can't boomerang. I don't want to see neither one of them.
Mm. Well, there's that. I'm with you on the Portia. But if Nene came back, some part of me feel like it'll be like a quick little, hey girl, hey. Just to slowly ease her. And then they'll probably snatch her back out.
Yeah, you know, they did say that Nene and Bravo follow each other again on social media.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. I can see her doing like I'll be surprised if they made her a full housewife. I think Nene probably would be willing to take whatever they give her. I can see her doing maybe 1 or 2 episodes, linking up with Sheree or somebody like she really care. Because it's
I
gonna
can
have
see
to be
them.
one of the 3 girls you talk shit about.
I could see them bringing her on Ultimate Girls Trip before they bring her on Atlanta. Make people pay for the app.
Oh yeah, I think Nene is due a Ultimate Girls Trip
Mm-hmm.
at the least. Yeah, I think that would be good. Like definitely put
And
her over there.
that's a special. That's a couple quick little episodes. You're not committed to a housewife title. You on the show for what you was, not what you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But yeah, that's all I have on that. Y'all have any other comments? Or if not, we're gonna shut it down and get ready to get full tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's get full.
Oh my
Let's get full. Y'all share the video. I know you liked it. Okay. And if you didn't, I don't care. I hope you share it with a friend, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see y'all in the next video. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.